What? You got to be kidding me.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Candid Radio. 7 o'clock time for the livest hour of your lives on the livest night of your lives, Thursday night. I'm here with Tasha. And
Just Tasha, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Wait.
She said me and Tasha. I'm sorry. Look, Chris is running late, y'all. All right, so
I do not like that introduction. You better try to do it again.
She threw us all off. You know what I'm saying? She running late, so we're gonna kick the show off. Tracy, look, what's going on, man? My guys from Morgan Park checking in with me already, man. So welcome aboard, fellas, and welcome to everybody else listening and tuning in tonight. I got a few things on my mind. I haven't been here in a while, y'all, so I don't know what's been going on.
No, you left us.
I didn't leave, honestly.
He left us.
I had some issues with my shoulder for a while. Like
you don't have your cast on. Last time I seen you had your cast on.
It was a sling, and I've been out of the sling for about 3 weeks, but it seemed like it hurt more without the sling than it did with the sling. So, some days I'll be doing just fine, and then out of nowhere, it felt like somebody playing guitar on my nerve in that arm. So I had to, kind of sit down for a while, but I'm all right now. I'm back at it. Dave, what's going on, man? All my guys from Class 86, David, Tracy, what's going
Valerie.
on, man? What's been going on?
Absolutely nothing but life, trying to figure this thing out again.
Welcome to the club, Mama.
Yeah, just trying to
Hey, Kelly, how are you,
things.
sweetheart? Huh?
Just recapping some
things. Yeah. Well, of course, the biggest story I think on everybody's mind right now, we can kick it off with is with your man, Jussie Smollett.
What was he thinking?
He couldn't have been thinking too clear. And my thing is this. Let me just start here. With all of your resources and all of the time that you
Mike
have,
Jackson,
you couldn't come up with a better game plan than that, man.
And he only paid them $3,500. $3,500.
Nigga, I was saying too for $3,500. Ain't nowhere in the world I was threatening no jail time for $3,500. And they got these cats on tape, banning all the stuff. And here's where the whole plan really started to fall apart. You pick two Nigerians to talk about they hollering MAGA country. Really, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
I mean, again, what were you thinking?
He wasn't.
And it's sad, though, man. I mean, because he's, in my opinion, and this is an unprofessional, uneducated opinion, but it's mine all the same. I think he set everybody back, not just gays, not just, blacks. I think he set all of us back.
Why you say that?
Because now everybody's looking at us skeptically. You know what I'm saying? Any and every time we come up with something, they're going to be wondering if we pulling a Jussie on them.
That's
true.
You
know what I'm saying? So,
but he made history, Black History Month.
Man, he sure did. For all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons, man. So, I mean, it's sad that it had to come to this, and I get it. He had his reasons or whatever. But
what? I don't understand. I didn't get his reasons. What were his reasons?
From what they're saying, of course, he ain't said nothing. But from what everybody is speculating, he did this because he was unhappy with the money he was making on Empire. So I guess this is his way to drum up, support and sympathy. And hey, look, let's pay you a little more money since you got to go through these kinds of things and blah blah blah.
He's good, but I don't think he wasn't the star of the show.
Of course not. You know what I'm
he
saying?
Could be better.
That's the thing, and I think there was maybe, at least a handful of different ways he could have went about doing this, make himself a more valuable character, then say, okay, look, well, if I'm bringing this all in, then, hey, look, man, y'all need to pay me a little more. At least he had some kind of bargaining chip. Now you just threw all your chips on the table and you ain't got nothing to play with.
Credibility is shot. His career is over.
Gone. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't think they're going to get rid of him on the show, but I mean, just, outside of him taping these shows, don't nobody want to have nothing to do with you, man. Ain't nobody going to say nothing to you. Ain't nobody going to want to deal with you or nothing like that unless they ask you to do what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do something that stupid? So he's got to deal with all that on top of trying now to avoid jail time, to avoid, you know what I'm saying, the hard part, which is, being locked up, you know what I'm saying? So
hi, Aaron.
He got a lot to deal with, and I feel bad for him, but I mean, again, it's just because just because that's me. Because I think
I get it. I ask God to give me a new heart every day, but at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for him.
I understand, and I'm not mad at all. I mean, I just, for him to think that this is the only way for him to get what, make means to an end is
Leandro.
And again, it's ridiculously short-sighted is what it is. So, I mean, it's amazing and sad, but all the same, hey, look, it's something we got to deal with. So,
but it's definitely a point that what people will go through to the extreme to get credibility, to get extra money. What people will actually do, and I think it's actually said, "Hey, Reggie Pope, how are you?"
Yeah, and and then
Thursday
again,
nights, Leandro.
you
Thursday
got
nights.
Trump even signing in talking about he owe all the MAGA people an apology and all that. Which, come on, dude, you got bigger issues. Much bigger fish to fry than this. So just be quiet and concentrate on keeping your behind out of jail. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? This cat saying what he said really ain't got nothing to do in the grand scheme of things. So. Like I said, Trump can go ahead on miss everybody with that garbage, man. So, but
Trump is gonna be Trump.
And that's the thing. And everybody gonna have something to say. It don't matter how disgraced they may have been or what that situation they gonna be in. People gonna have an opinion. So because that's what the world runs on, people's opinions, left and right.
People's opinion.
So it's crazy, man. But I mean, like I said, I'm kind of waiting to see. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier tonight, and I said, I'm not really surprised that it was a hoax. I'm really not surprised, but it's sad to see that it is all the same, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, like I said, if nothing else, come on, G, you could have thought of 100 different ways.
I spoke to you, so I'm sorry. Hello, Valerie.
And
I inboxed you my number for lunch, and you did not respond.
See, Valerie, that's what you get. See?
She did not respond. I owe Valerie lunch. I'm a woman on my word. I'm waiting for her. But she went to $5 Tuesdays, though, to the movies.
Oh, wow.
She
Without
did.
You, huh?
Without me. Well, I actually had to work, so no, Valerie's not selfish.
Okay. I was just trying to be.
Listen, but when is R. Kelly? What is going on with him? Oh my God, he actually finally moved out. Man. They put restrictions on when he can make music. Right. Like, you're gonna write music between 9 and 5.
Yeah, exactly. And R. Kelly been on this for a long, long time, man. And it's sad to say it started 15, 16 years ago with the tape, and now it's coming to the light again.
So Hollywood, is this the same tape? I didn't quite catch that.
No, this is some different girl, most definitely. And again, it's from some years ago, I believe, but they claim to have this tape, and they're building a case against this dude once again. And I try not to pay attention to him. I really don't. A great musician,
sure,
you know what I'm saying? He's super talented, but what I'm saying, kid got issues, and so and I just feel bad. I feel bad for what I don't feel bad for him. I really don't, because my man got a problem, and I know people who know some of his people. And again, when the first tape came out, what was that, like 02, 03 or whatever it was?
I think it was 01.
01, yeah. And they were saying, like, I know somebody who knows his brother, and his brother's like, man, ain't nowhere in the world I'm taking, that kind of heat for $50,000. Supposedly he brought for his brother $50,000 to take the heat for him. And his brother's like, man, you lost your mind.
Let me do it for $50,000.
Yeah, $50,000. You talking about going to jail? What is $50,000 gonna do for me in jail?
Buy you a whole bunch of oodles and noodles and some Air Force Ones and some pants and some tissue
and some Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you'll be, you won't be thirsty or you won't be hungry. But I mean, again, to come out with that kind of stuff on your back, man, that's just too much for anybody to take. So, his brother, I'm pretty sure, Lester politely told him, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he came on down on him like that it did in 01, because he couldn't get nobody to fall for it. And this time, you definitely ain't got nobody to go for it, man.
No one's taking no rap for him.
And the thing is crazy because, again, he got a problem. He got a problem. You got to, this ain't somebody telling you this. This ain't something that just you bumped into. You got a problem. Why wouldn't you get help? Why wouldn't you get help?
But in his mindset, he didn't need any help.
I get it because that's what that sickness does to you.
And no one around him, I feel, they did not let him know that, hey, this is what's going on. You need some help. But everybody condoned him. Like he said in his 19-minute record, it was that as long as he was buying drugs, as long as he was passing the bottle, as long as he was giving them shout outs, nobody saying anything. Everybody just going along with it, But as long, it's just like, check your circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's in your circle?
But you know what?
Hi, Mother Butler.
What's up, Mama? Carolyn Jones Bell. How you doing, sweetie? Here's the crazy part about that is, and just going into circles, deferring from R. Kelly. Look at my man Kareem Hunt from the Kansas City Chiefs, and you see him on tape. People trying to push him back for pushing and slapping and kicking that girl, and he still, shoved him to the side to do what he did. And as a result, he lost his job with Kansas City. And I mean, now granted, he signed with Cleveland, but I mean, your career has taken a major blow because not a whole lot of people want to deal with that. I'm pretty sure, after he probably gonna get at least half the season suspension. He gonna get at least 8-game suspension. But talking about circles, his people tried to stop him. His people tried to tell him, man, be cool, dude. This is not what you're supposed to do. You too well known for this.
Exactly.
And he, so I think what happens is a lot of times that the bigger I am, no matter what field I am, I mean, I feel like, I'm more untouchable. Cats get the big head in the heartbeat and they start feeling like they ain't got to worry about what nobody said. Ain't nobody gonna touch me, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me because I'm so and so and I'm this and I'm that. And it's not that sweet, especially in today's society. Maybe 20, 30 years ago, you might have been able to get away with it with just a slap on the wrist. But now, man, they over
you ain't getting away with everything. But I actually must say that R. Kelly must definitely have God on his side, some angels, something, because the more heat he gets in the public is in the news, it's like he comes out better, he comes out stronger, he comes out with making money, he comes out with all these different new fans. He has not been arrested, he has not did no jail time. Somebody in heaven is watching over him.
Yeah, most definitely.
And if he go to jail, I don't think jail is really going to help him. But however, I think when he comes in, that's when he's going to do his most work. He's going to be more creative. He's going to have more time to think.
Yeah, well, he ain't going to have nothing but time if he go to jail. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come out with whole catalogs of albums. You know what I'm saying? By the time he gets
somebody
done,
in heaven is on R. Kelly's side.
But I mean, like I said, the thing, again, if he does time, if he do a year, 2, 5, 10, whatever, will that help him when he gets out? You know what I'm saying? The first thing this dude gonna look for is another group of, freshmen and sophomores in high school when they get out. You know what I'm saying? You just got to worry about what's going to be the long-term effect of him being sent away. You know what I'm saying? And again, as talented as this cat is, man, I mean, he twisted, man. He got a twisted mentality, man, and he definitely needs to seek professional help. And this dude been in the game since what,
99, 93?
Yeah, somewhere around
a long time.
And I mean, from public announcement all the way down through, you know what I'm saying? And this has been a problem for him for at least, we'll say, the last 25 years, at least 25 years. So you still talking about 1994, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he deep in this, and I promise
absolutely,
you,
Valerie.
I think I may be one of 10 people that didn't see Surviving R. Kelly, and I still ain't really got a whole lot of interest in watching it, but I did hear where one of his brothers was like, man, that's how he was born, that's how he was raised, man. That's just almost like second nature for us or something to that effect. And it's just like, that don't make it okay. You know what I'm saying? It's still twisted that, you know what I'm saying, okay, yeah, you were, you know what I'm saying, you were molested or you were sexually harassed by an adult or somebody in your family, but that don't make it okay. But if you look at the history of, you know what I'm saying, those kinds of things, then, hey, these people think it's okay. These, people with these kinds of problems think that, hey, man, look, this is what I was born and raised with, so it must be okay, even though, you have people telling them that it is not. And
hey, Michael.
Again, because again,
my favorite bishop.
I talked to one of my guys who knows some friends of his, and he said I forgot, some local rapper, some kid that was trying to come up. This is a few years back. R. Kelly asked him to hang with him. Hey, come kick it with us tonight. He's like, okay, cool, no problem. But R. Kelly laid down the rules. Hey, look, don't nobody talk to no girl but me. Don't nobody touch no girl but me. I'm the only one that could do this, that, and the third. And so, boy thought he was just joking. So, they in the club, whatever. And he said he saw a girl. He said he reached out to grab her hand. He said as soon as he grabbed a girl's hand, R. Kelly smacked his hand down like, hey, man, I told you, don't nobody touch no girls with me. He's just like, man, what we supposed to do? Just sit here, just, watch you get all the action? And I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of weak, you know what I'm saying, from where I'm looking at it from. But again, hey, look, he got all the money. He buying all the bottles. He getting all the attention. So he make the rules. And
he want what he want when he wanted it. Can nobody have it? He wasn't sharing nothing. He didn't care what it was.
Nothing. And
keep your hands off. And I guess that's what made those girls feel like that. The love, Michelle, the protection, like somebody really cared. Someone stood up for me.
Yeah.
So I wonder what those girls are going to say. Are they really going to come clean if he get locked up?
I'm pretty sure some of them will, and I'm pretty sure some of them are probably even looking at it as a point for them to get on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, if I come on, tell my story, and you know what I'm saying, enough people feel sympathy for me, then hey, look, maybe I can start my singing career. Maybe I can become an actress or
But I heard they signed a contract.
They may have.
I heard they signed a contract.
They may. Well, I guess I don't know if he go to jail, if it's null and void, or if it's still. You know what I'm saying? That depends on what happens. But I mean, just look at I remember hearing K Michelle and how she used to talk about how he used to tell her she couldn't even leave the house. You know what I'm saying? You want something to eat, somebody go get you something to eat, and you got to do this because he wanted her writing songs for him like all day, every day. He didn't want her to go see her family. He didn't want her to go do nothing outside of the house. No, you.
That's what daddies do.
And I mean, I'm just like, man, I get it. You helping me get on, but I mean, at the cost of my freedom, dude. I mean, how long am I supposed to do this? Because truthfully speaking, me personally, I wouldn't be okay after about a day or two, let alone weeks or months on end. I'll be like, man, hey, look, I don't care what you got, G. I'm gonna have to go a different route because I'm not gonna sit here and do this. And that's basically what she ended up doing. But it took her a while to get to that point.
But some people don't even. If I can ask you the question, can you identify freedom? Because some women and some men don't know what freedom is, don't know what freedom look like. What is the definition of freedom?
You know what? I think it differs for different people.
That's true.
I think it's different for different people. So, Derek, what's up, guy? But what I will say is the thing is, if you are okay with not being able to see or speak to anybody in your family or anything like that, something's wrong with you. I think something's wrong with you.
If they grew up in an environment like they're not able to speak to their family, not being isolated from the world, and so they get with somebody like R. Kelly, it's the norm for them.
It's normal. And again, if that's okay, then that's okay. You know, again, I mean, like, you know, you might like it hot. I might like it cold. You might like the lights on. I might like the lights off. Those kinds of things which aren't life altering. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. There are differences in everything you do. So again, I might like being in the house. I might like being an introvert. You might like being an extrovert. So again, you might be, have a problem with getting in and out the house. I might be like, oh, well, this is cool, man. Eat pandas. You know, I eat McDonald's every other day or whatever the case may be. So I might be all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, whatever he do, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he get his mama to cook him a meal, you know what I'm saying, every Sunday or whatever, like we used to do back in the day. But the thing is this, at some point, as if you're controlling me, what is it that makes you not say, okay, man, look, this dude ain't been out in 2 weeks. This dude ain't been out in a month. This dude been down here since September. It's not April. You know what I'm saying? So why can't I, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with me saying, all right, man, go ahead, take a break, take a vacation or something like that. It's always work. And I get it. If that's your thing, then do that. Man, be that person, man. Ain't nobody mad at you, but don't try to turn me into you. That's what I have a problem with. When you try to make me like, I'm not built like that. I like seeing the sun. I like going outside, you know what I'm saying, and watching, you know what I'm saying, the birds fly away, whatever the case may be. So don't try and turn me into you.
But sometimes people don't feel like they have a voice.
Sometimes
really people feel like they have to keep everything in the inside because they never been heard. Maybe there was a child, always was told what to do. And then when they get with the man or a woman, then it's like they always been controlled. So speaking out, they don't know what it feels like, look like, sees, or things of that nature.
That's true. That's very true. And and truthfully speaking, we probably know a lot of people that are like that in our own personal lives, let alone people who, that's being brought to the, forefront now. So I can only speak from my viewpoint. And again, like I said, after like a day or two, look, dude, I ain't gonna be able to do this, man. So you do whatever you got to. I couldn't care less. I appreciate you thinking I'm a hot songwriter, blah blah blah. But this whole sitting here and do this and you can't leave and telling me what I can. Man, look, I tell people all the time.
Hey, Kiki.
My parents' names were Bert and Mildred Washington.
Okay, so can you apply the rule that says, okay, you work hard and you play later? So you got to put in the work. If you look at it that way, put in the work. If it takes you to be putting in the work, it's just like starting a new business, starting a group, or starting whatever. You have to put in the work.
Yeah, definitely. I get that too. I get that. And I understand it. But at what point? Because hey, look, I'm 50 years old. So my thing is, I'm not trying to be nobody's slave right about now for nothing. Nothing.
Because you've been a slave for 50 years already.
Man, I'm saying, so again, I get it at 20, 25 years old or 30 years old, even maybe you feel like, hey, look, I mean, again, especially at that age, you want to be free. You want to be out, get out and do something. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did at 25, 30 years old. We trying to be at every club. We trying to, hit every party. We trying to be seen all over the city.
Oh, so that's what it is. So now the 50-year-olds and the 60-year-olds have been slaves and inside all the time.
No,
now
not
they
at
want
all.
to come outside.
Not at all. No, I'm just saying at 20 and 30 years old, you shouldn't want to be trapped inside. You know what I'm saying? That's
live your
what
life.
I'm saying.
Live your life. Live your life.
Like I
Not
said,
you, Kiki, though. Don't live your life. You done lived your life already. Stay in the house. Stay in the house.
But I'm just saying, again, at what point do you say, okay, man, look, I can't do this because if nothing else, I'm missing out on the prime, time in my life. Again, I'm 25, 30, 32 years old, and I've been in this house for 2 days, 2 months.
If I can turn back the hands of time.
Man, please. Like I said, I know when
I know what I know now, I wouldn't be connected. Oh my God.
What? It's funny you mentioned that because somebody posted a question on Facebook 2-3 weeks ago, like, what would happen if you woke up and you were in high school again? And people like, oh Lord Jesus, I don't know what I do. Lord, I lose my mind. I said I would absolutely run my high school if I woke up now.
I would live today
run my high
like
school.
it's my. I would live like it's my last
how you
day,
doing, sweetheart? I absolutely.
I would live like it's my last day. With wisdom and not move out of emotions.
Definitely.
I would actually take the time out to think before I speak.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people take your tone as if you're being aggressive.
Yeah.
So I can turn back the hands of time. I would change the way I approach things and the way I look at things.
Here for me personally.
Hi, Prophetess.
I never been, that over aggressive person. I was always quiet, and all my moves were calculated. Even at 14, 15, 16 years old.
So you was a king on the chessboard.
In a sense, you know what I'm saying? And even though I just learned how to play chess about 4 years ago, I just knew, again, in life, okay, be cool with this. Okay, you can, press the flat, press the down on the gas a little bit here. And I manipulated like that throughout any and every situation.
Why was that though? Was it because that you had to observe and trust your circle, your surroundings? Or you were just taught to watch before you moved?
Well, truthfully speaking, it wasn't neither one of those. And I know people have a hard time believing this, but I was very, very, very shy as a child.
Get out of here. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I was very shy, very reserved as a child. And it took a lot of coaching from my father.
I don't believe it.
Please do. Because anybody that know me.
He the one created Nasty Thursday. So I definitely do not believe that. I know Alicia Carter is not calling my phone.
Remember Tom and Jerry with the white mouse? And when Tom and Jerry, when Tom said
that was my favorite cartoon with the Flintstones.
When the white mouse was about to explode, they thought it was about to explode, and Tom was scared to catch Jerry because he was the white mouse. And at the end of it, they told him that the white mouse would not explode.
No.
Yeah,
I know you.
Don't you believe
exactly.
it?
Don't believe it.
That's all I'm gonna say to that. That's all I'm saying. Paul, what's up, bro?
Every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Alicia Carter, stop calling right now, honey.
But yeah, like I said, I was real shy, so I was real quiet. So I would just sit back and I would observe. You know what I'm saying? Now, once I got to know you, then I would open up and So you did an R.
Kelly move. You'll sit back in the corner.
Not at all.
You'll sit back in the corner and watch. Let me see.
Nowhere near.
Let me see, Amy. Okay. What's going on in your house? How's your dad doing? He irritating. He don't pay me no attention. He always doing something. My mama blowing up my phone. So you was that one, huh? Okay, well, let me take you down and get some McDonald's. Matter of fact, you don't even do the McDonald's. You do the pizza puff with the French fries with barbecue sauce.
No.
Don't you do this?
Not at all.
His son is in the room, y'all. Do not do this.
He know better than this. And me and him
talk
all the time.
Yes, and R. Kelly.
We talk all the time. And my thing is,
wait, you and your son talk?
Yeah, I talk to him all the time.
Wait, I got a question. Have you ever brought a female some pizza puff with some French fries with barbecue sauce? McDonald's, White Castles. Okay. You didn't pick up your habits.
Not at all. Well, how about this? When I was his age, I ain't
Wait a minute. The honey bun. You ever brought a honey bun? You got the honey bun wrappers up under your bed?
Look, truthfully speaking, man, look, again, when I was 15, I ain't had but $2 in my pocket anywhere, and it was
Them
you was gonna be
last $2.
hard pressed to get me to get you a honey bun, which at the time was about 30 cents. Hey, look,
Oh, you was
share
a
with
bully.
you. No,
They was taking the honey buns.
not at all, not at all. I never was a bully, and I can't stand bullies to this day. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't mind sharing, but don't come at me expecting me to get something for you just because you think I'm cute, or maybe because I like you, because again, I wasn't no.
Wait a minute, they was paying you?
No,
they was paying you. You weren't giving out the money because you had your last $2.
Was she trying to start
No. So they was paying you, huh?
Ain't nobody.
They was bringing you the honey buns and a piece of butter and French fries.
You got $2.
Oh my
I got
goodness.
$2. So you use your 35 cents for a honey bun. I'm gonna use my 35 cents for a honey bun, and we can talk and share. Back in the day, everybody go get their little candy and bring it pretty much.
And bring it to the party.
Pretty much.
And we're gonna have a party with the can.
And here's what we used to do.
You brought the barbecue sauce in the can?
No, not the barbecue sauce, but my thing is, like, we used to have parties. Again, when I was like 12, 13 years old, we had a group called Old School.
Old School. What did old school mean? What did it represent?
It was just the name we liked. There was a bunch of us, all of us between the ages of 12 and 14, and we used a bunch of neighborhood cats.
Did you play hide and seek?
We used to have parties.
Touch a girl, kiss a girl.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how many honey buns did you end up with? I knew it was coming out, people. I knew it was coming out.
Nicole, look, I don't need
I
you to
knew it was coming out.
My last $2 was my last $2. That
my last $2
lasted me the whole week. You know what I'm saying? Before we,
because everybody else was bringing your money.
But no, it wasn't nobody giving me nothing. Wasn't nobody giving me jack.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Again, like I said, I know it's hard to believe, but the cat y'all see in front of y'all right now is the same cat from 35, 36, 37 years ago.
He came up with Nasty Thursdays. He added the seafood salad on the table on Thursdays. He couldn't wait to get home.
The white mouse will explode.
And he was the black mouse that exploded.
No, I was the cat. I was Tom. I was the
idiot. He was cat chasing all the mouse. That's exactly what it was. I was the idiot
that decided to kick the white mouse, you know what I'm saying, out the house anyway. And
that means that you was not prejudiced. You had them all kinds. You had them all kinds.
That's funny.
You was not prejudiced.
That's funny. Look. Like I was gonna say.
Did they bring the baked macaroni and cheese, or was it box?
Over what she talking about.
Okay.
Man,
yeah.
Black, what's up, man?
Right.
But what I will say is, like I said, if I knew you, then it was okay. I wouldn't mind having a conversation, but it took me a long time to get comfortable enough, to be able to speak to you. Just, just to have a conversation. Now, truthfully speaking, one of my guys is watching now, and all the guys I know. Now, those cats, they was the ones that was, somebody let the leash off the dog, but
who let the dog go?
Me, on the other hand, I was the reserve type cat. That's what I was. So I'm just, while everybody else is out doing their thing, I'm just sitting back watching and laughing and watching. That's all I did. So, again, I didn't get.
What's that?
I didn't get, to where I was until after I joined the military. When my daddy told me I could go in and be whoever I wanted to, just as long as I wasn't no a-hole, I took that to heart. And that's how I started developing into the man you see before you right now. And that was 30 years ago. So there you go. As a matter of fact, 32 years ago. That's when I joined the Navy, 1987. So
you joined the Navy?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why not the Army? Why not the Marines?
I don't want to talk bad about any other branch of service.
You're very dedicated. You're so loyal.
But in my opinion, again, uneducated, unprofessional.
In the book of Dion.
All you had to do was know how to tie your shoes to join the Army and the Marines. And I wanted a little more than that.
Let's see what happens.
That's what I wanted. So I joined the Navy because I didn't want to wait around and try and join the Air Force again, which is what I originally signed up to join. And I didn't score high enough to get into the Air Force. And I took about a month before I decided I wanted to join the Navy. So that was next in line for me.
But thank you for serving our country back in 1991.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, 1981.
87.
81?
87.
61? 51?
So how about this crazy weather, y'all? You see,
we're supposed to get some more snow
hot one day, and raining the same day. So
why do your son got two phones? I'm trying to understand. You got something going on.
I don't know. I only bought one.
You paid the bill? Who gave you that phone? How many honey buns you had to give up for that phone? 0. He was giving somebody some honey buns. I'm trying to tell y'all. He about 6'3", Looking like Denzel Washington. Ain't nobody gave him no honey buns. And he ain't getting none now.
He ain't got to. He ain't got to. He ain't got to. He's smooth.
Fathers chose him well. He trained him well. He trained him well.
He's smooth.
I need a plug. I'm about to die.
Ain't none under the under here.
No block.
Oh, you might be in trouble, there, man. You might be in trouble, but
I asked somebody a question. I want to ask you this question.
Nicole, that's what I thought, honey.
Wow.
You just had to. She said, "Wow, tie your shoes," really, because Nicole is an Army veteran, and that's why she feels that certain way. But look, again, I love all my military vets. You know, I got nothing.
You
but
know how
love
to
for you,
choose
Nicole.
your words very wisely.
I've been practicing for a long time, man. For a long time. But I mean, she know better than that. She know how I feel about her. But that's just what I thought. Again, come on, man. That's 32 years ago. It's not how I feel now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody put in the same amount of blood, sweat, and tears. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever you decide to choose, that's up to you. But again, 32 years ago, at 17 years old, that's what I thought.
Happy birthday, Pauline. Everybody got to say happy birthday to Pauline.
I don't know Pauline.
You don't have to. You didn't know Sarah last week, but you said happy birthday.
I wasn't here last week. See?
You seen her on the corner and you spoke to her. Stop playing, Dion. Stop playing.
You know, if this
you was handed out barbecue sauce and French fries last week. Stop playing, Dion.
If my telephone stand wasn't about to fall over, me and her would be on this floor wrestling right now. You know what I'm saying?
And I will win.
I'm just saying, yeah, because I only got one shoulder, so you know.
Oh, which shoulder is it? That one?
No, this one.
Can I hit you in it?
No. You give me in this one.
Can I punch you in that one?
This one, yeah.
That's not gonna hurt though. I need some impact.
How do you know? You might hit hard enough for it to hurt.
No, I need that one though.
No, don't do that because that would be very detrimental to everything in the world if you hit me in my
You'll
right
still live
shoulder.
though. You just gotta man up.
I wouldn't want to. That's the problem. So no, you step on my foot.
What even happened to your shoulder? I never asked.
I had a few issues going on.
You tried to do a back bend? Handstand?
It's funny, you know, because my therapist right now all the time tell me, man, your shoulders are so tight, man. You need to get some flexibility, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really work on flexibility a whole lot. I lift weights, and that's really all I do. Giovanni, what's going on?
But what about Thursdays? You don't have to lift weights on Thursdays.
I need to lift weights every day of the week.
That's true. Attitude adjustments is very well.
I mean, I'm just, you know, to answer your question.
I won again. I scored, you guys. I scored.
Go too far to the left. I had
I
had a torn rotator cuff, torn labrum.
Hey, how much flexibility was you doing?
I had none, obviously, since it was torn.
You was doing
pretty easy.
Back bends,
no
cartwheels.
Here's the crazy part.
You were standing on your head.
I don't know what I did all I know is when I felt the final pop, they got me the MRI because they had done x-rays. They told me it was tendonitis. When I felt that final pop, that's when I was doing push-ups. I was at work doing push-ups. And
what was you pushing?
I was doing regular push-ups. We were in training, and we had a personal training there because we were doing mental wellness, and they thought part of mental wellness was doing exercises. So this personal trainer came in and was like, crazy. Okay, we're going to do some, exercise and everything. And we did some running in place. We did some sit-ups, and he said, all right,
I would have died.
He said, give me 10 push-ups. And that first push-up, I felt my shoulder pop. And I was like, oh, no, I ain't doing no more push-ups. And it took me about 2 weeks before I got my MRI. And they told me that my right rotator cuff was almost completely torn.
You was trying to stay at work.
And, well, no, I wasn't. And then on the operating table, on my way into surgery, the doctor asked me if I had a problem with my bicep. I said, no. Not that I know of. So he said, I'll go in and check it out when we do the surgery.
I wonder if I can get Justin and just strangle him with this.
See how you probably could.
Just choke him.
You probably could.
You like to be choked?
Not at all.
Why?
What's fun about that?
I don't know, trying to see. Let me know the results.
No. Well, here's the question. How do you know you like that?
This is not about me. I just asked the question.
I'm just asking the question. You taking it personal because I asked you that?
No personal questions. No. I don't know how that feels. I don't know.
Know that
hey,
like
Kenya.
How about that?
Woo. What?
Yeah, Giovanni. Jesse must have set me up. That's what it was.
Gonna be choked. It's time to get choked.
That was a good one. No.
I think he likes to
No,
be
no,
choked,
no,
you
no, no,
guys.
no, no. I'm not into pain. I'm not
You
into
ain't the
masochism.
pain. That's what they
I'm
left.
not into
He was
nothing,
doing
none of
back
that.
bends, flips, all types of stuff. And he wondered why.
So as I was saying,
I
on the
don't
operating
know.
table, when I
He
came
was on the
into the
operating
recovery
table.
room, the first thing my wife
How
said
many
was,
nurses was with you?
"I don't know.
You don't know?
You know what? They put me to
What was you
sleep,
drinking?
and I don't.
Was it the apple crown?
Nothing.
Ciroc?
Nah,
What was it?
I
You
don't
could
even
tell. I
like
won't tell
apple
nobody. I
crown.
promise you I won't tell.
I wasn't drinking
Hey,
nothing on the
cousin.
operating table. Um, the
Thank
doctor,
you.
my wife said the doctor said that my bicep was torn also, so they had to go in and repair
That
that
sounds like it
as
hurts.
well.
So actually being choked shouldn't be, it wouldn't be no comparison to that, I don't
I
think.
will never be able to tell you because I will never be choked. If you choke me, it's
Of
gonna be a
course.
fight.
Candid Talk Radio. Huh?
Period. If you choke me, it's gonna be a fight. I'm gonna take that as a threat to my life. I'm not gonna take that as a
This
form
is
of
not the
excitement.
military. This is
It
not
ain't
the
gotta
military.
be.
This is not the military.
It ain't gotta be. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the military. Like I said, you in any shape, form, or fashion, you choke me, I'm gonna take that serious, and that's not fun or exciting or
How do you know?
titillating because I know better.
Your ass got big.
Yeah, sometimes they do that.
Hmm.
You know, when I get passionate about something, my eyes bug.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
you try choking me, see what my eyes do.
Just this little cord right here.
Oh man, so I mean,
Alicia Carter.
what else is going out there in the world? What's going on with you? I've been talking all this time. What's going on with you?
Nothing but life. I've been enjoying your company. And what Kristen was late.
Yeah, Chris is super late.
I think they stood us up because the scholarship. I think she was going to the scholarship tonight. Now the scholarship is this weekend.
Well, she texted me and said she was gonna be there. She asked if I was coming. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come out tonight. So
hey, Tiffany, I inbox you back.
So
you going to the out there tonight or tomorrow?
Where?
Oops, my phone dead. Sorry, you guys. I will contact you guys later.
Oh darn!
I know.
Well, we can share.
Oh, hi, you guys. Oh, you like to share? You want to be nice today? I ain't got no. I don't got no honey buns.
Wow. Anybody that knows anything about me knows I don't mind sharing. So,
yeah, you're such a
Denny, what's up, bro? Hey man, look, I'm still trying to get down to Arizona. I ain't gonna lie to you, man, because I'm trying to put a game plan together for my next move. And of course, I'm always trying to make my next move my best move. So, look, man, we need to touch base, man, on getting down there to Phoenix, like I said, for a weekend or something, just so I can see what I may possibly be getting myself into, bro. I got you, a few other guys, you know what I'm saying, I grew up with, one of my boys from the Navy that's down there, and everybody telling me how much they love it, man. So I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Arizona and Atlanta is at the top of my list for relocations for right now. And I'm just really right now, I'm weighing all my options. I still got about another 7 years before I can make a move. But if I get things in place in the next 3 or 4 years, then all I'm doing is clock watching, man. Because as soon as it's time to go, I'm running them out the door like I planted a bomb in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at.
You said your top one's in Atlanta, and Arizona?
Yeah, my top 2 relocation spots.
Why Atlanta?
Because my oldest son is down there. He's been down there about 6-7 years. My sister's been down there about 7 years or so, and they both love it. I have 2 of my closest friends that are down there, and they love it, but they live on the outskirts of Atlanta. My sister lives in Atlanta, and my son lives in Atlanta as well. So been down there a few times and got to really look around. Maybe about 3 years ago, we got to actually get and view the town, view the city, and we liked the whole setup. We did, but for my job, um, I talked to somebody about it, about the money, if I was just to try and make a transfer, and the money is at least from up here is terrible. I would be taking almost like half the pay if I was to move down there and do my job. And I was like, no, I'm not okay with that in any shape, form, or fashion.
But I think the cost of living is cheaper down there.
Most definitely is. Most definitely is. But I mean, no matter where you go, once you get used to making a certain amount of money, taking half of that just is not okay. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's another thing that Arizona is leading in, because I talked to another one of my coworkers. She's been down there about 3 years now. She told me about 2 years ago, she's like, man, I make $27 an hour. And I was like, man, that's not, much less than what we make now. So I can deal with that. And then on top of that, she was telling me things like, Keisha, Langston, Lazy, if you out there, check me out, holler at me. She said, 4-bedroom house, 2 full bathroom. with the pool is like $900 a month.
Wow. And that's
So
in Arizona?
in Arizona, in Phoenix, she in Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, even my oldest sister, my sister passed away about 5, 6 years ago, but she and I, we used to talk all the time. And she was down in Arizona, and she was like, man, she's like, it's the greatest move. She moved from Tennessee down there because she had a knee replacement surgery, and she, the doctors told her the move would be good for, her leg and stuff like that. She said she loved it. She loved everything about Arizona. So even, again, as far back as 2012, 2011, I'm saying, we were talking about this. So, like I said, right now, Arizona's here, but like I said, Atlanta is a close second. So again, I'm trying to get all my facts together, weigh, everything out evenly, and make the best informed decision. By the time this cat gets out of college, that's when it's going to be time for me to make a move. And since he's halfway done his freshman year, like I said, you got 3.5 years of high school, 4 years of college. So by the time he graduates from college, he'll be going east and I'll be going west, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be a young man. He'll be out on his own. I mean, if he needs to come back home, he can. But
wow, your father giving you to college. You got some people giving to high school.
Well, I mean, again, I get it. Even when he gets into college, you're a young man, and have a certain level of responsibility that you most definitely have to maintain. But I mean, again, like I say, even for the fact, okay, where am I spending my summers? What am I doing, Dad? Where am I when I come home for, what I'm saying, the holiday break or whatever? Where am I going? So he gonna need to know that kind of stuff. But I mean, again, it'll be just once he's gone, we'll be an empty nester. So once he goes to college, we'll be an empty nest. But like I said, by the time I get my job, 20 years, which will be in 7 years, then like I said, I want to be like Candy Stanton, young hearts run free. You know what I'm saying? So I want to run free too. You know what I'm saying? He'll be doing his thing as a young man, hopefully, on an athletic scholarship. That way I ain't got to worry about him asking me for $2 every time, saying he want to pack a ramen noodle. So, he'll be able to go do that on his own, and we can do our own thing, whatever that's going to be. So that's the way I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good to me. I want to relocate to Texas.
Really? What part?
Austin, Texas, or Francisco, the little area right there, Dallas. Pretty much is cool.
Yeah, you know what? One of my closest friends that I used to work with, he's down there. Me and him, we just texted a couple of days ago, Monday or Tuesday, and he was saying that he's I think Frisco, somewhere
it's right next
there.
to right next to each other.
Yeah, somewhere in the Dallas area, some Dallas, Austin, Frisco, somewhere in that area. But he's looking to relocate to Houston now. And another one of our coworkers, her and her husband moved down to Houston about 4 years ago. So he's trying to get in contact with her. Kimberly, how are you, sweetie? So he's trying to get in contact with her to see what it's like down there. But he also shared with me that he's like, man, if I come back home, man, he's like, I want to come back home so bad. It's ridiculous. But he's like, his wife and his kids, they love it down there. They've been down there about 4 or 5 years now, and they love everything about it. But he said he ultimately wants to go home, and I would feel bad if I told him to come home, and then as soon as he get home and get established, all right, G, I'm out of here. I'm going to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he coming back home for me, because I know he's not, but he was trying to get me to move out to Bolingbrook about 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I was like, nah, I'm good, man. And then as soon as he head down to Texas, we moved to Bolingbrook. He's like, man, well, that when I was trying to get you to come out here, I was like, yeah, well, circumstances change, man. So we just
don't trust him.
So.
Don't trust him. He'll wait till you leave, get you all the way out there, and be gone.
And it's funny because my mother's the same way. My mother wants to move out close to us too, but she's like, but you talking about relocating, so I'm not gonna come all the way out there. And then as soon as I get set up, y'all going, yeah, ma, that's pretty much what's gonna happen. So yeah, you need to go ahead and stay out in Richmond
with your
Park,
own plan.
Stay in Richmond Park, and we'll come see you. You know what I'm saying? Once, twice a week, and we can talk every other day. I don't care, but I don't want you to come out here and get comfortable with me, and then I decide to bounce. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of these winters, and I'm tired of Crook County. I'm tired of the highest gas taxes, the highest taxes. Period. I'm tired of all of that. You know what I'm saying? And this temperamental weather we have. You know what I'm saying? I choose a struggle, like we say, and everything else. You can't be, 8 inches of snow on Monday and then freezing rain on Tuesday, and then hey, it's gonna be 50 on Wednesday. No, man, stop it. Just pick one and just go with it. You know what I'm saying? So You know,
man, big man, medium man.
So like I said, that's really what I'm tired of. Like I said, plus all the garbage going on again in my job, in the county, in the city, and in the state. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
There's a lot going on.
hey, I'm Marvin Gaye. Make me want to holler and throw up both my
There's
hands.
a lot. But I definitely want to thank everyone for their prayers for baby Cash, the 1-year-old boy that got shot.
On my old block. That's the block I grew up on.
Yeah,
that's
the one little boy that got
shot.
He's doing much, much better. They taking him off the breathing machine. That is actually one of my good friends' grandson.
Oh wow.
So she's actually been going through a little bit, but he actually bouncing back. He had surgery yesterday with his eyes. So
okay.
They got to go behind the eye because that's where the bullet had landed.
Oh.
And so therefore he's doing really, really well though, compared to what he was doing before.
Yeah.
And then she called me the other day, hysterical, because another it was another parent that was there for her 11-year-old son who actually tried to commit suicide.
Oh,
because of bullying. They found him in his room or in the basement, somewhere in the house, and he had a sheet wrapped around his neck. So
that
when they got him to the hospital, they said that he had no brain activity. He was brain dead. But now I got a report on this morning, and he said that they took him out the breathing machine so to see exactly how he could do on his own. So that must be some type of progression.
Yeah,
so I thank you guys for your prayers. And
yeah, definitely, man. Those babies, man, have been through an awful lot. And you know, it's crazy because my block was never like that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't never like that. And I mean, I hate to put it on just one generation level, but maybe in about the last 15 years.
She's home.
Oh, hey, you early.
Her lipstick popping.
She early for next week. So go ahead, settle in. You know what I'm saying? Get you some Popeyes, and we'll catch up with you next Thursday. You know, like I said, my block was never like that, man. So it's rough, you know, to have that going on and to see that. And again, this 1-year-old baby who ain't done nothing to nobody become a victim of somebody else's senseless, retaliation. You know, it just don't make no sense. So thank God that baby is doing all right. And I'm praying most definitely for the 11-year-old as well. And I'll put it to you like this. Anybody that bullies anybody is a punk coward in my book. So you can catch me on Facebook. Deion Washington's the name. Yeah, I said it and I'm going to stand up to it. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to bully somebody, come at me, man. I got what you're looking for in this. So, and I ain't even talking about on the physical side. I'm just talking about you want to talk crazy. Step the game up. Step to somebody who, you know, go be on your level. Don't pick at nobody who ain't gonna fight back. Stop being a coward. So that's all I got to say about that, you know. And again, these babies are definitely in my prayers, and that's in any circle, anywhere across the country, across the world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that you know, people got to be like that, you know what I'm saying, to do that to other people and all of that. I thank God that I was never bullied when I was younger, because I really don't know
was the bully.
How I would have reacted. Now, truthfully speaking, you know, it was one kid when we first moved to Woodridge, and I ain't told too many people this story, to be honest, but he spit on me as I was riding my bike. And at first I didn't know what to do, so I took off running. And so when my mother heard me coming up the stairs, she said, "What happened?" And so I told her what happened. And this kid was halfway up the stairs behind me, and she told me, you know, "You better spit on him back, and you better not never run no more." I turned around and spit right on the bridge of his nose, and he stood there and let it run down his nose. But see, here's what happened afterwards. Like I said, my kids don't even know this. Later on that day, I went back. I went back outside and I found him, and I broke his nose. You know what I'm saying? And funny thing after that, we became.
And you
friends.
were shy.
We were friends. No, I just was tired of being scared. You know what I'm saying? So once I got to the level where I'm tired of being scared, then all is fair in love and war. That's what I was taught. So you decided war instead of love. So this is what you get. And like I said, we became friends after that, but he was the first one to feel the wrath. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully, I haven't had to show that side of me very much. I really haven't. So, you know, I'm glad to be the person I am again. You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm going to pipe down. So now we don't want to choke. You're going to leave just right there. We're going to change that because I'm real quick.
Well, you know, like
running around here busting noses and stuff.
Hey, look, I know how to laugh the joke with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? I come from a family of comedians, and, you know, we can crack jokes, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know, when you decide to get serious, I know how to, you know, not get serious with you. It's just like I said, just like any animal in the wild. When you pay me into a corner, you leave me one choice, and that's to come out fighting. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, Michelle.
So.
Hey, Angie.
Hey, welcome, Christina.
What's going on?
Whole lot, man.
Y'all miss me?
Not really.
Look, I was driving. I was in traffic. I was just doing some everything.
I didn't even think you was gonna make it, to be
I
honest.
didn't think I was gonna make it, to be honest. I see we got scholarship this weekend.
She was just telling me.
You know, and Chris one of those people that pack at the last minute. Because I was working hard today, and then I started packing about 5:45.
Well, the funny thing about it is you text me at like 10 this morning, like, hey, you coming to the show?
I sure did.
So at 10 o'clock this morning, you knew you was coming to the show?
I knew.
So why would you start packing at 4 or 5?
I said
5:45
or 5:15, something like that.
Why? If the most
Because I was busy. I am a busy woman. Have things to do. And don't matter what I put on, I'm going to look good. So it didn't really, I wasn't even really pressed. I really wasn't all that pressed about it.
This weather's insane, ain't it?
So you guys go out and vote on next Tuesday.
I don't live in Chicago.
For the people that live in Chicago, level up and vote. Go vote. Dr. Willie Wilson is running for mayor of Chicago, along with Sugar Queen Tony Perwinkle. Myra Enaima is running. Jerry Chico is running.
Bill Daly. What's
another Daly? Bill Daly is running.
Yeah.
Hey Kim, who's that other guy that's running besides? Wait, what I tell you about glasses? You don't take.
It's like 17, 18 people for running, ain't it? Like
LaShawn Ford. My girl Stephanie Coleman is
Lori
running.
Lightfoot.
Yeah, shout out to Stephanie Coleman, my sister.
I'm hanging in there. Big shout out to my little baby sister, Stephanie Coleman, who's running for the 16th Alderman over in Inglewood. In the Wood. She's the daughter of Inglewood. Her mother is Shirley Coleman, who was alderman for about 16 years over there in Inglewood. So everybody go out and vote. It's going to be important because when you don't vote, you get like little orange men in office, bad toupees. So get out and vote for the mayor of Chicago, you guys. I mean, I know it's a lot to choose from, and I know people want to talk about how people don't know how to talk and all that, but look at the issues. Look at the issues that they are talking about and get out and vote. One thing I have to say is we do not need another Daley regime. We've had 2 Dailies in there, and, I guess if I go back in the day of listening to my mom and them about the father Daly was probably the best Daly, but he was on the tape with the mob. We don't need another Daly in there.
It's going to be interesting. And I've just been kind of sitting back watching all of this, come out.
Norma.
And it's funny because, working in a sense under Preckwinkle, since she's the president of the county board, and I see some of the things she's tried to do at our job. And I mean, to put it mildly, we don't appreciate a lot of things she's trying to do. One of the first things she said at our job was, I'm trying to close this place down. And I was just like, well, if you can eliminate crime, that would be great. But I mean, if you can't, then I don't even understand why you let that fall out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then she was a proponent of putting, I guess, halfway homes or even super modified group homes in the neighborhood for kids who did commit crimes. And it was just like, who wants a convicted murderer or someone who's been accused of murder living next door to them? Put them in your neighborhood, Miss Preckwinkle. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
We know that wasn't going to happen.
See how that works out for you, So again, I mean, in the building, she really doesn't have a lot to say to us, and that's fine with us as well, because we got a whole bunch of other issues going on. But it's just like I said, it's interesting. I sit back and watch the ads, and I just wonder how it's going to work out. And it's almost like I do live in the city, because I'm anticipating who gonna vote for who, how this is going to turn out, who gonna be the mayor of Chicago, even though I haven't lived in the city of Chicago since I was graduated from high school.
Yeah,
so
the same here, even before, because I think I moved out to University Park in my junior year, and I was coming back and forth to Morgan Park. But at the end of the day, I'm a proponent for Dr. Willie Wilson, of course, and Dr. Willie Wilson. People make fun of him not
because
talking,
of the way he talk,
and then they make fun because he speaks what the truth is, but. I don't understand him. He's not educated. It's not that the man is not educated.
You can understand Willie Wilson quite clear.
Right. It is not that he's not educated. It's just he has a Southern drawl because he's from the South, and he has a lisp. That doesn't make him uneducated.
Right.
Even though he tells you, hey, I got a 7th grade education. But let me explain something to you. When that man sit up there and tell you, I sign the front of my check while you signing the back of a check.
Exactly.
And
That's what I was about
70,
to say.
and he runs a $70 million company with a 7th grade education.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna try to find out everything that I can find out from that
And
man
that's
to
the thing
see how you
it.
got to be where you at
Man,
with
look,
a 7th grade education.
You don't get to be
and
rich.
You have a flourishing company.
Flourishing
company.
Yeah.
That continues to make millions every year.
Right, like what's in your pocket?
I hear you, man.
And I was like, when he was like, yeah, I signed the front of my check.
Right.
I'm like, you tell him again.
Right.
You know?
Most definitely.
You know.
I mean, like I said, it's interesting because everybody had their points that they're sticking to. Everybody got, you know what I'm saying, what they want to do different for the city. So it's interesting from that aspect. But I'm just waiting to see, you know, what's going to happen next week. And, you know, almost by who gets elected, you could tell how the city is going to flow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, it's going to be interesting. I'll be sitting there, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, my vote counts, even though I ain't voted.
But, you know, it's going to be interesting for the simple fact that there's so many people running. You know, people, well, Dr. Wilson is buying votes. That man has been giving money for over 30 plus years. And not only does he give money, but we have records for all of those years. And when you just gave them, I think it was like I had to pull like 88 or something, 1988. I'm still a kid. Right. But I go in there, I get in it, then the stack was like this big and they looking. And when by the time, you know, they realized that I had all these boxes outside all the way from 1988 all the way up until 2018. Oh, okay. They didn't even go through half of the stuff. That was just like, because they like, oh, they got records. Of course we got records. And guess what? Dr. Wilson don't shred nothing. He keeps everything. We reference back to every single thing. So they look stupid. Oh, he's buying votes. No, he gives money from his heart. I say, hey, Doc, look, you're going to be a horrible poor man. You keep giving away all your money. I tell him this all the time. Look, I know you want to help the people, but you're going to be a horrible, and he is funding his own campaign. Because guess what? People don't want to do fundraisers because he's uneducated. But if that man can sit up there and fund his own campaign,
he ain't worried about money.
He ain't worried about no money.
multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
I just want the penthouse. That's all I want.
You know, the penthouse is nice.
Yeah, just give me the penthouse. You know, you can just go ahead.
Oh yeah, we be at meetings. We be so mesmerizing meetings half the time because we looking at the boats on the lake, and you know,
just give me the penthouse, Willie Wilson.
Every which way.
When you win the election, just give me the penthouse. I am giving you that disclaimer now. I just want the penthouse.
Hey, Farla, every which way you Daryl.
You can write it off. Just give me the penthouse.
Every which way you turn, you have a view of Lake Michigan.
You know what? I have a friend of mine, one of my coworkers, and her aunt.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends
on 14th in Michigan, and
you got a lot of friends.
And she took me down there. Yeah, she took me down to her house one day. We were in training, and we ran down there because
was it on Thursday?
She needed her uncle to sign some paperwork for her. And when I walked into this house, I almost couldn't move past the front door because, again, like you said, that panoramic view. You know what I'm saying? Again, they lived on they lived on like this 16th, 17th floor. They didn't live very high, but it was just high enough that I told her, I said, look, next time you bring me over here, I'm kicking my shoes off. I'm going to just let you know that right now. And it's going to be hard for anybody to get me to leave up out of here. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. And we laughed about it, but I know I love the view. My sister used to live on the 27th floor down on 20th in Michigan. And I would just go down to her house, whether they were there or not, and just, you know, stand looking out the windows all the way around because I could see straight down Michigan. I could see straight out over the lake, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. And I love that kind of stuff. I love it. So,
and it's such a nice penthouse that he has.
Ralph Roulette, what's up, mama? Ralph, what's going on, bro?
1, 2, 3. I think it's either 3 or 4 bedrooms. Top of the line in the kitchen. Top of the line appliances. I mean, it's just really a nice. You got even front and back door. It's just like it's really a nice place. And, you know, they be like, hey, when I come in, hey, Chris, I'm like, yeah, we all be here too because they know all the main ones. They all know who we are. Hey, Sister Paige. So you know, it like I said, as soon as you walk in, the view. I'm gonna take you down there next week. The view.
I ain't going home.
As soon as you walk in, that view hits you.
Yeah.
You know?
I get it.
Then you go down to the right, the view. You go to the
I
left.
can have some mail delivered to them. Make sure I'm in his residence. So therefore, he cannot put me out. Exactly, because I have residency. This is my mail.
But for the people in Chicago, I'm telling you, go out and vote for Dr. Willie Wilson. look past the lifts, look past the Southern twang, and look what this man has been doing in the Black community for over 30 years. He's not buying votes or anything. This is just who he is, and this is what he does. Anybody that want to sit up there and take 150,000 to 200,000 every couple of weeks to be bailing out people that's sleeping on Cook County jail floor.
Yeah.
Or giving churches $5,000 and $10,000, and you go to 3 or 4 churches a day, and you giving this amount out to churches,
right?
Or somebody can call and say they gas is off or they getting put out, and he go in his pocket like he say God blessed him. Why should he not bless us?
I agree with that. But sometimes you can bless somebody that's
ungrateful. Yes.
That happens.
Hey, cousin.
Speaking of that, I just talked to a friend of mine
today. From Texas. I think she's in Texas.
And she was telling me about she had an issue with her cousin. Her cousin called her from Vegas and told her that she needed $200 or the lights were going to be cut off. So she sent her the money.
Paige, you come
and then when she said, just pay it back to me when you can. And her cousin started to hem and haw and then basically just told her, I ain't paying no money back.
Oh, wow.
I am well.
Like, how do you do that to, somebody that reached out for you? But I told her, I said, look back.
They would throw you up under the bus.
The history of your
They would throw you over the bus. They would throw you out the window. They'll lie.
Oh, yeah.
I got to the point of if somebody want to borrow some money from me, I've literally gotten to the point, especially if it's like over $200.
Hey, Christella.
You got to sign a promissory note with me.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Because
you get people that you get people your family or whatever, they don't have to give it to you back.
Yeah.
And I don't have no money to be long now. I'll be needing my little coins back.
Tell me about it, man. Ain't nobody rich, what I'm saying? So we all need our money back.
When you're working as a consultant and stuff, you be needing your money back.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't see it. They want to look at the car you drive, the house you drive, and think that you got all this money. And unfortunately, a lot of people live in nigger rich.
Right.
Excuse my language.
Hood rich.
Hood rich, they want the fancy car, they want the fancy house, and your check is going to pay your mortgage.
Right.
Right. They don't know what it takes to keep everything what you have.
And then that's the thing. Like, again, this girl.
We have the worst financial planning in the African American community.
Oh yeah, definitely. We don't plan anything. We don't even plan for our own funeral.
We don't plan.
You know what I'm saying?
You borrow $199. You still getting the promissory note.
No, $199.99.
$199.99.
But you said that I don't have to sign the disclaimer. The contract.
I'm putting it up to $250 now.
You better give a dollar. You better give $200.
Y'all being petty, so I'm racking it up to $250 now.
So
it's
yes, nigger rich is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is. Nigger rich. Now they're dropping income tax checks this weekend. Starting on the 25th, they start going out. Now, I think some got some money today.
And that's when you see all the new cars.
The cars, the hair, that's going to be down like 30-inch hair.
Down to the
4,000 pair of Jordans for everybody in the family.
Everybody going
even
to
the baby,
Lobster.
even though he ain't going to wear his but a week before his feet too big for him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get Jordans. The latest ones out.
Like you said, Red Lobster
going to be crowded. Don't go out.
No, we stepping it up. We going to Grand Lux, y'all. We
Hey, my Corbina.
That's when the fake furs going to come out.
Yeah,
fake furs. Hey, Sherry. Sherry,
Sherry,
I got to show you this necklace and earring set because I lost my earring.
One of my coworkers, she posted the other day. She's like,
Sherry Robinson,
I can't wait till these income tax checks come out. She's like, ain't nothing like the first smell of disappointment. You know what I'm saying? When you buy these new used cars, you know what I'm saying? They like, you gonna buy them next week, and by the end of the month, your car will be broke. You know what I'm saying?
But as you said about financial planning, Andre says, bills still ain't gonna get paid.
Not at all.
Not one bill, not nothing.
No,
I have not purchased income tax since 2007, 2008. I have not seen income taxes.
Wow.
When I do my taxes, it's funny because like
I'm like, I
have it. Like a lot of people,
Justin.
They use their credit cards during Christmas. I don't. I pay cash for everything for Christmas. Because you know what? When that bill hit me in January,
you don't want to have to pay it all back at the same time.
You know, American Express, they don't give you.
No,
you got to pay it all off.
You spend $5,000, that's what we want back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shout out to the lady who used her American Express, who housed those 7.
Oh yeah, during the cold spell. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I love that. I love that spirit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just go get a room.
Right.
Come
Come down there with a whole coat with a hole in it, like, I need one too, you know what I'm saying? But that was beautiful on her part.
She's 34.
She's only 34 years old.
And a real estate broker.
Yeah. And she set the trend because she wasn't the only one. It was other people that followed the trend and also.
I think that was an awesome thing.
Yeah,
and it was nice that the hotel was allowing her.
Hello, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry to
gave,
hear about the loss of your son. Condolences go out to
you.
you.
So
that's what's up, man. Well. I mean, we definitely need more of that going on in the world more than anything else. So I love that about her, and I'm very happy that she did that for these people.
Good, baby.
That's good. You don't hear too much of that.
So I know y'all probably talked on.
Yeah, that was the first thing we talked about. So next subject.
Yeah.
We talked about that already. Where were you at?
That's crazy.
I think that he innocent.
That was my first thought.
Hold on, stop.
That was my first thought. I thought he was innocent.
Light-skinned people got to stick together. Josie?
I thought he was innocent in the beginning. Like, maybe he just said, forget it. I'm just going to give in. I'm not going to get no story.
Thank you. It's a new
maybe
color.
That's what I
was
thought.
like, let me try this color, sis. I was like, let me try this color.
The jig
that was
is
my
up.
First thought.
The cat is out the bag. Shorty, you busted.
I'm just going to say that people need to pray for him because it might have been a mental break.
R. Kelly had a mental break. He's still not locked up. He still ain't turned himself in.
That's what R. Kelly has a mental issue. This kid plotted and planned this.
He gave $3,500.
He been planning this since Martin Luther King Day. So with that being said,
he made history in Black History Month.
He had a mental breakdown because he found out that they were writing him off.
Yes, Jesse.
Believe it. They're not writing off his show. Now his scenes have been reduced. We get that, but they're not writing him off the show. The writer said that ain't nowhere in the world we're gonna take him off the show now, but his scenes have been reduced. But obviously there's a reason behind that. So as that actor, hey man, why y'all cutting my scenes? You know what I'm saying? If nothing else, I represent the gay population.
First of all, he was the bottom, and not only was he the bottom.
He was doing the bottom, giving up the bottom, and everything else.
Did she say giving up the bottom?
Yeah, that's probably why.
Even though we are in a society where people are more accepting to the LBGT community, still a lot of people don't want to see man-on-man kissing on TV.
Yeah, I can understand that.
All the time.
I can understand
that. So that might have been a reason why he was getting.
But it was like he asked him to do that. The writers did that. The writers did that. He didn't say, hey, put in more gay love scenes.
He said, I don't trust anybody reporting the story. Everybody lying. Everybody going to jail.
Everybody lying. He only got $100,000 and he had to pay 10%, which was $10,000. He got out this afternoon.
Did he get his money back though, the $3,500?
For what?
No, he ain't getting that back. That money gone.
Oh, he paid those guys
$3,500.
Did he get it back?
No, not that. I'm not aware of that, but
Hey, you out there, Jesse? Did you get your money back?
County. Then you had the helicopters following them as
they in the car.
Down the street. It's over.
Right. Did he contact the foundation to help him?
It's not.
The foundation has been a distraction to what's going on in other areas.
And you need to get up off here. We don't have nothing to talk about. Yeah, that money spent on masks.
That's what it is.
Everything. The rope.
They took it off the wall. They took it off the, Trump and his ignorance. That's what this is about. But did it have to happen in Black History Month?
He made history. I ain't mad at him.
Every day is Black History.
As
long as I'm Black, every day is Black History.
What day happened on?
It really don't matter. But it's just the fact that, come on, we got kids missing. They still ain't even found the male lady. But you were able to find two Nigerians
walking down the street,
walking down a dark street, but you can't find the male lady. You still haven't found Tiana and Diamond Bradley.
Right.
They've been missing
15 years.
Right. 50 years.
You can't solve none of these drive-by shootings.
And
you can't solve none of these murders. But you can go on the local cameras in the area and you can find out who these two Nigerian guys was. Who I'm done.
Yeah.
Then you go get the chief of police, who's the Uncle Tom. This was a bad situation, and this made Chicago look bad. Chicago looked bad. They already look bad. What's wrong with you?
No worse than it's already looked, man.
The worst police department in the world used to be LAPD.
Oh yeah, the most hated.
New York was number 2.
They were the most hated for sure.
Now here we are, Chicago.
We zero no higher.
We the worst in every single thing.
I'm president. No, I'm zero no higher. Can't get no higher than that one.
You got, the Chicago. What's his name? What's the man's name? That's how irrelevant he is to me. The chief of police.
Oh,
Eddie Johnson.
Yeah, he's a sucker. I wanted to be the chief of police for the city of Chicago because I was on the beat for such and such a year. No, you got that because they knew that they can run over you and do what they want to do. Then you get, what's his name? McCarthy. Is he even still running for mayor? How do you feel like you gonna come into our city, and run for mayor when you killed a 16-year-old boy? You're a police officer, and you ought to allow that to slide by. You need to pack your stuff back up and take your butt
Trump
back.
He said, Trump in. I might
finish my rant. Take your butt back to New York where you belong, because we don't want you here. Go back.
Yeah,
I
don't think he realized.
Go back.
As
Caesar would say it at Planet of the Apes, go. Get out of our city.
That's our crush.
Hey, Colleen, Middlebrook,
she had to let it out.
Making bridges. Yeah, go back home. You're not going to be the chief of you. You are not going to be the mayor of Chicago. Not at all.
No, he just wasting a lot.
Then what's the two that was for the schools? What's the two that was for the schools?
Claypool.
And who was the other guy?
And Paul Vallis.
Why would we let y'all in when y'all were the problems with the school district in the beginning?
And I thought Vallis was the answer. I really did.
Why?
Again, I've been.
Do you really think the citizens of Chicago gonna let y'all in as mayor when you done closed down 50 schools and you are busing our children out into different neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, you're not good. It's just something to do.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, sad to say that's what happened with the whole finger situation in that Darion Albert thing 10, 12 years ago.
Hey, Basie.
Kids getting bused from the gardens over to finger, and those kids at finger, didn't want the man. There was just a lot of friction.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Jumped off, what I'm saying?
Can't even get a good education.
Yeah.
Right.
I really like that picture.
And guess what they doing with the closed down schools?
What?
CPD, and they're playing basketball in the gyms.
What?
Yeah,
yes. And they're using the computers. The computers are still in there. Some of these schools that were closed down got brand new computers in there that they're using. You can go up to any one of them schools on any given day and see the Chicago PD in there playing basketball. I don't have an issue with Chicago PD. Don't get me wrong. I have an issue with what the higher ups in Chicago PD is allowing to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody's on the take. See, that's the thing. And that's why, again, we call it Crook County. And it's been that way since the original Daley was in office. Right. Everybody trying to get their palm grease. So it's just a matter of what we'll let slide by. As long as you paying me enough, then I'll be able to turn and look the other way. Look at what happened with Daley and with Little Richie and the parking meters. How you sign a 99-year contract for anything?
That's like
how
China.
do you do that?
Well, see, that's like China. When you go to China, the people in China, they don't own their homes. They have to sign a 99-year contract for their homes. And they're
99 years.
It's for 99 years.
How do you do that?
When I first heard, I said Daley must have went to China.
He had to.
Because
he figured it out.
But
then people said, "Hey man, look, we gonna make, $50 million a year. We'll give you 10 million. You know what I'm saying? And we still gonna come out on the fat side." And he was like, "Okay, that's fine." And I think the same thing happened to your boy Ron. He came in here, saw what Daley was doing, like, "Hey man, I need to get a piece of that change too." And the thing is, he let his greed get the best of him, because ain't nowhere in the world, all 60 of these schools that he done closed in the last 6-7 years, they were running just fine. You know what I'm saying? Before he got in office, now all of a sudden they're a problem. Now they're a problem.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And, no child left behind, but these kids are in areas that they shouldn't be in.
And you got to have these safe passages, and parents got to walk their kids to and from here. This, that, and the third.
I'm going to say this about safe passage. Because I done seen them. Safe passage look like they gonna rob you. I'm just saying.
Like I said, in this day and age, I can't say I would think about it, but you know what I'm saying.
Some of them safe passage people. Have y'all seen them?
But I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, we got schools in our neighborhood, and I got to go outside my neighborhood to get to school.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But like Andre says, power and influence of money outweigh the intelligence and integrity.
I just know that it's bad, and I think that working for Dr. Wilson all these years, he runs his business like a business is supposed to be ran. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We barely get a vacation, but you know, he runs his business like
Willie
a
Wilson,
business
that's
is
your girl.
supposed to be ran. You know, if he get into city of Chicago, all this ghost payroll and these people that's not doing what they supposed to do, I'm gonna tell you now, if you walk into Willie Wilson's office and your clothes is disheveled, oh, you need to go on home. You understand what I'm saying? You come prepared for the day.
Right.
You know,
but society don't even know what prepared looks like.
right?
They don't overall.
And all that waste. One thing about it, when you got a multi-millionaire who can tell you every penny in his company,
that's a smart businessman. You got to give him that.
He can tell you every penny and where every penny is in his company. Guess what? And he don't do all the reports that are being done. He don't do them. But he don't have to do them because guess what? He know where all his money at in that company.
Right.
He know what's coming in.
Where's my money?
He know what's coming in. He know when it's coming in. He know what's going out.
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
But this is a man that you all want to say he's stupid because he can't talk. He uneducated because he has a list. He has that Louisiana Southern drawl. You know,
where's my money?
Oh my God, he said whiteys. That's what they say down in the South. He's speaking like from where he grew up.
Right.
Hey, Sharice.
Right.
So you can't sit up there and look at somebody that you want to say can't talk. Again, I'm like him. I signed the front of my check. I know he be wanting to say niggas. I signed the front of my check.
Not the back. Woo,
Not
that's
back.
Power right there.
That's power.
Shoot, let me go sit in that little corner.
Hey,
Right.
I just need to rub off, your businesses to rub off on me a little bit so I get to where you at, man. That's all I'm looking for.
But see, he's a threat. That's why all these other people start jumping in. And Rom got some of these people like Amaya and them to jump into this race. He wants the vote split. You know, so they can try to get Daley back in. They want another Daley in office.
I don't think he got enough momentum to get in, to be honest. Don't nobody know enough about him, I think, in order for him to influence, the bulk of Chicago to vote for him. I think the scariest part, again, I'm not in the city and I have no desires on moving back to the city, but I think the scariest part is, like I said, it's like 17 candidates. So it's just like, man, even if everybody get, 100,000 votes, that's not helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think it's going to be a high voter turnout, but you just never can tell with that many candidates, which way it's going to swing.
Well, the sugar man, the sugar queen.
The sugar man.
The sugar queen.
Don't pay her no attention.
I got to work with this lady.
The sugar
Y'all
man.
know what I meant. Still trying to figure that out, but y'all know what I meant. She has lied to the city of Chicago with that sugar tax.
Of course she has.
She flat out lied about it, didn't have to come out and tell the truth. Do you all find it strange that, I broke the Laquan McDonald case?
That's a lie.
We all know that I had Laquan McDonald uncle here.
Yeah.
And back on with the real truth of the truth. So let's not play that game.
It was the reporter that did that. It was the reporter that sued them to get the tape released. It was because Rahm Emanuel was the one that threw $55 million at the family. And of course, Jerry McCarthy was just the fall boy because you allowed this to happen. So, okay, we're going to sweep this under the rug as fast as possible. I don't think Ms. Preckwinkle had anything to do with that tape being released. If that kid, the reporter, whoever he is, that was just like, no. I'll sue y'all if y'all don't release.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime CPD go into Burger King and say, give me your tapes.
And the gas station.
You
know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Come on, man.
All them tapes.
Man.
We want every tape. Y'all already know y'all did wrong.
Right. Y'all know y'all bogus, man.
Right. So stop playing the game.
And I mean, even how about this? Touch on this? Your boy got beat up out there in Connecticut as soon as he walked into the jail. Jeffrey Van Dyke.
and that, I'm sorry, that looked like makeup to me.
No, I think he got jumped on because I think those cats out there in Connecticut knew he was coming. Somebody tipped him off, which is probably a guard, and was like, "Hey, man, look, this is made national news."
I think it was. I'm just, my opinion is, I think that was because they wanted to try to get him back here where his family could visit him closer to the federal prison in Wisconsin.
Well, he was out in East Moline. He wasn't even in Wisconsin. He was in East Moline, and they just shipped him out. And the crazy thing about that is,
he asked to be moved. That was just it.
Oh, okay.
So, but he didn't realize they were going to move him to Connecticut Federal. when they could have moved him to Wisconsin Federal. So, hey, I got jumped on in Connecticut. Can I come to Wisconsin now? Because, hey, Wisconsin is just an hour and a half from my family to come visit me.
Whatever, yeah.
No.
But then, his wife get on TV talking about, I'm tired of having to defend my husband. But your husband's actions put y'all in this position.
Your husband murdered a 16-year-old boy, shot him 16 times.
Come on, man.
A bullet for each year of his life is what you gave him.
For no reason at all. For no reason at all. And he got away with murder because he only serving 80 months. So, I mean, again, what else could you possibly want? What else could you possibly look for out of this? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, truthfully speaking, I think it was just a matter of time before they got to him in East Moline. Yeah. I think that was going to happen in East Moline. So, all right, baby. They were going to catch him one way or the other. So, uneducated and as unprofessional as it is, he's not a tough guy. He was only tough because he wore that badge. He was only tough because he knew he had the law on his side,
right.
Which that only stood up for him for a certain amount of time. Because even after a while, even the police union couldn't stand behind him. Okay, look, G, you officially been charged. We're gonna have to cut our ties with you. You know what I'm saying? So, they had to set up a GoFundMe page to pay for his stuff and all that stuff, and they made,
Andy.
You know what I'm saying, $300,000-$400,000, if not more,
for his defense. They absolutely did.
Yeah,
and it was said that what had happened with that situation, with the shooting and everything, and the cover up of the whole cover up, it happened during Rom's last election. So Rom really wouldn't, if people would have known.
Well, that's why Rom ain't running now, because he know, you know what I'm saying, his hands as dirty as they could possibly get, and he know people looking at him side eye even right now, even though it's his last week in office or whatever. But he
But you have to think about this too, because right around the time of that Laquan McDonald thing happened, remember his son got assaulted.
Yeah, on the street, walking down the street.
They were trying to get it off of the Laquan McDonald onto the focus on his son being robbed, or whatever have you. But Chicago, is one of these cities that
is crooked as the Mexican letter Q.
But it's one of the best cities in the United States. But it's just so much corruption because of the history of Chicago with the mobs and with the mob and
the politics and
politics and everything. And, now all is focusing now on R. Kelly, and I don't care what nobody say about R. Kelly. Them parents pimp their kids out.
Hey man, and that could possibly very well be, what I'm saying, what happened, man, you know what I'm saying? Because again, how you allow your 14, 15-year-old daughter to be gone that long and you don't know where they at? You ain't said nothing. You ain't filed no police report or said nothing to nobody about them being gone a few days, a few weeks, or whatever the case may be, man. So
even with Sparkle, when she walk in and see my 14-year-old niece and a bunch of grown men,
there's gonna be some furniture moving, jumping off shorty. There's gonna be a whole lot of furniture moving, and I don't care if I get beat or not. But y'all gonna know, okay, we're gonna leave her alone. No, shorty, you can't come in no more because your uncle done lost his mind, and we don't want to have to do nothing to him again. Yep, because the next time I'm coming in there like old boy from Walker Tall, I'm gonna have a 2x4. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking knees, legs, and whatever else I come across. You know what I'm saying? I understand there's gonna be a whole lot of damage done up in here. And like Richard Pryor always famously said, I might get hurt, but I ain't gonna be the only MF to get hurt. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm looking at it. So that's what I'm talking about. So you can't come no way. You know what's so funny? Like my nephew, he was real close friends with this little girl. They were, 16, 17, 18. They went through high school together. They were best friends. This little girl was gorgeous little girl. And I was just like, and he never said nothing to you. She lived in the house in front, like to go to go to R. Kelly's house is like this long driveway. But there's a house here and there's a house here, and you drive back. And I said, he never said nothing to you. She's like, no, he never. I said, oh, maybe you too old, because at the time she was like 17, 18. I said, maybe you were too old. She's like, I don't know, but he never said nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he would be you know what I'm saying? Again, this girl was gorgeous.
It's just the fact that, you got everybody, even his music teacher. She's 90-something years. And I told Robert, like, come on now.
I'm saying, man, it's been an issue for a long time. We talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Right after, we talked about Jussie. Like, man, this kid been having problems for a long, long time. And he should have gotten help somewhere along the way. But what we discussed was, in his inner circle, because I shared a story about how one of a guy that we know knew a guy that hung out with him, and he told this dude to not talk to nobody, only he get to talk to all the women. And he was just like, we supposed, it's 20 of us. I'm supposed to just stand here and watch you, get all the glory. And so after that, like, oh no, man, it's cool to be seen around you, but if I gotta, pin my lip because you get to talk to all the girls, then I'm cool, man. I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. So it's just that thing of, if I'm the man, I want to be the man in every aspect, because I touched on Kareem Hunt, and I said, you see clearly in the tape, guys trying to tell him, hey, man, be cool, pushing him back, and he's shoving because he think, no, I'm Kareem Hunt. I'm the almighty up in this joint. I could come and say and do what I want to, and it has cost him mightily. And I told her, I said, he probably going to miss half the season, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So he going to have to wait till the 2020 season in order to really get off, which, you know what I'm saying? And again, the public backlash, and everywhere he gonna go, he gonna be the most hated man in that city at that time. So it's not just about missing football games. It's about what you have done to your image, what you have done to anybody that wants to be around you, and you gonna see firsthand that what you did wasn't cool. I get a young person that cares to listen. It's not what happens to you that makes you a man. It's how you respond to it. You know what I'm saying? So again, anybody can, whoever it is, even as short as you are, you can go crazy and go, hog wild. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just not, sensible to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, 1 pound to the top of your head and you halfway in the ground anyway. Yes, I see it. But I mean, what I mean?
So I've been real nice tonight.
She just got here 2 minutes ago. That's why she been real nice. Y'all know if she had the opportunity, she had went there 45 minutes ago. She was here 45 minutes ago. So, but
I wasn't even on that tonight.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is they'll put it in training day, but they take it too far. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if I could sue R. Kelly, because a couple of years ago we were at Blackwater Park and he was playing basketball, and he came up and he did me like that on my shoulder.
You could probably get a little notoriety for it.
Yeah, I felt a certain kind of way.
Yeah, hey man, I feel like I've been harassed.
I felt a certain kind of way. I felt dirty afterwards.
Hey man, look, throw your head in the ring, see what happens. You know what I'm saying? See if you throw $5 check or something, you'll get your Happy Meal or something. You know what I'm saying? Not the case. Next thing you know, you got a book in a movie deal jumping off.
Him and Bill Cosby and Josie gonna be in jail together, braiding each other hair. That's crazy.
That's insane, man. I like I said, I this dude got a real live issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He need to take care of that, and he refused to get help. So even if he does get out of this, it's just gonna be a matter of time. He's not gonna
get out of it, because whatever that new video is that came out is supposed to be worse than that video that came out some years
18,
back.
19 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be
wow.
Yeah, and it's just like, you have all boys.
Yeah.
So I have the 2 boys and a girl now,
right.
And I'm looking at me as a parent. If somebody touches my little girl,
man, look,
if somebody touched my boy,
anybody, yeah, you
know
what I'm saying? Like I said, it's gonna be some furniture move. It's gonna be some furniture destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not just knocking over couches. We breaking stuff.
Especially with the food, the hormones they put in these food nowadays. These little girls look older than what they is.
Yeah, definitely, man. These little 12-year-olds looking like they're 20 and all that. I get it, man. I mean,
yeah.
It's a lot going on in today's society, man. There's a lot going on in the world, and you just have to pray every day to not, succumb to it in order to, because truthfully speaking, in today's society, you don't know what justice is going to bring you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying take nobody's life. I'm not going to ever say that.
No.
But I'm saying, like I said, my intent is to break something every time I touch you. That's my intent. Whether it's with my bare hands or I got a stick, a club, a polar pipe, whatever. My intent is to make sure that you understand that, boy, yeah, you have crossed the line, and I'm gonna make sure you have to think long and hard before you decide to cross that line ever again. That's my whole thing. So, that's the way I'm looking at it. And again, for mine, my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, most definitely my 3 sons. Man, look, I even told a friend of mine, I have a friend in Indiana, and she than you, which means she's just a tall midget, or she's a short giant. I don't know how you determine it, but I told her, she feel like she got ass on her chest. I say, hey man, look, I get it, you ain't nothing wrong with that. But truthfully speaking, if somebody wants to, you know what I'm saying, if the wind blow hard enough, you know what I'm saying, you rolling down the street. So stop feeling like, you know what I'm saying, you got it like that, man, and make sure you cover your behind at all times. And I actually ended up buying her a thing of pepper spray. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, if anybody wanted to run up on you, you know what I'm saying, got me from behind, what's going to happen? You know what I'm
Brian
saying?
said the same thing you said. There is going to be some furniture movement.
Man, most definitely, man. Look.
Hey, my sister
We had an issue,
Lowe.
you know what I'm saying, a few years ago. My little cousin weighed more than 102 pounds, even when she was pregnant. And her boyfriend decided it was okay to put his hands on her. And I told, it got so bad, Chris, that one day he broke 2 of her ribs. You know what I'm saying? So I just happened to see on Facebook one day I was off work, and us, we started IMing each other. What's going on? Nothing. She wasn't gonna tell me nothing. I said, is everything cool? She's like, yeah, I'm just chilling. I said, look, man. I said, I know everything that's happening. I know what it is. And I said, you need to understand now, on site, your boyfriend it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Well, it wasn't his fault. Say all you want to. Say all you want to. I said, understand now. On site, there will be no questions asked. I said, we stayed off of him. I said, because your mother told us to. Yeah. But now that your mother is deceased, my auntie is gone. Hey man, it's going down. And what's so crazy about it was he ended up seeing the light. And it actually said, so when my uncle passed away a couple years ago, I didn't even know who this cat was, but he came up and shook my hand and all that stuff. Sad to say, last year he passed away too. He had a bunch of issues and everything. And my little cousin's still devastated behind that. And I can understand that she was truly in love with the dude. And I'm glad that he came around. But like I said, at one point, man, everybody had eyes out waiting for him. And the crazy thing was his mother lived in my brother's apartment down on 20th in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And so one day he saw him, and my brother saw him and was ready to run up on him, but his wife stopped him. Like, no, you're not going to do this here. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing to save that dude from getting torn in half that day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead. I hate that for my cousin as well as his family, his kids, that he passed away. But man, look, you definitely crossed the line. Definitely crossed the line. And there is no coming back from that when you do that. That's like, if somebody take a gun out, shoot you on your knee and say, oh, my fault, I didn't mean to do that. And I'm supposed to be okay with that? Right. You know what I'm saying? That was intent behind what you did.
Hey, Lord. So, Bessie said, I look good in a orange jumpsuit when it comes to my daughter. Believe that.
No doubt.
I don't blame you,
no
Bessie.
Doubt.
You got to protect your kids.
Man.
You have to.
Hey, look.
Your kids, your grandkids, your
everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Your great nieces and nephews.
Absolutely. And then my thing is, it's okay to protect yourself. Don't ever feel like, okay, this is supposed to happen or I asked for.
Hey,
no, I don't ever want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to protect yourself, and you do what you got to make sure that no more harm has come to you. My wife had a friend who, you know what I'm saying, about 10, 12 years ago was married, and this guy was a pastor, and decided it was okay to put his hands on her. And she told my wife, man, well, the Lord told me to take this beating. I said, I need to see that in the Bible. That's what I need to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear what you got to say because obviously your thought process is skewed. I said, so I need to read in the Bible where God said it was okay for you to lay down and let this man put hands on you and put feet on you.
All I know, and I done told y'all this a million times, somebody put their hand on me, I'm going to be on CBS, NBC,
Snapped,
ABC, Snapped,
First
CNN,
48, last 48,
and Telemundo.
Middle 48. Man, this is going to be bigger than Trump winning the election. That's what I'm looking at. Like, it's going to be bigger than Trump winning the election. Y'all talking about shock and all. Y'all going to be like, Dion, hey, did you for real?
Is that Chris?
You have to do that?
Yes,
I did.
Chris.
Yes, I did.
Right.
Yes, I did. Because again, just from my point of view, I don't dare or threaten anybody to do anything like that to me. So when you take it to that extreme, okay, well, I'm gonna raise it up a notch or two. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go even higher. And like I said, if you come back from this, at least you're gonna be like, let me think. Is it worth me doing this? Because the last time, you know what I'm saying, the psychological scars still haven't actually healed. The physical scars, I walk with a little bit of a limp. I know I lost a few more brain cells than if I had been out drinking a whole month straight. But let me think about this. And that's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to do.
Bessie said, the Lord told me that you want to come home to him.
So I'm trying to do my best to send you back. Right.
Brian said, I tell my girls to tell your boyfriend, I love my girls more than anything in the world. Let that set in before you decide to put a hand on my daughter. I will put him over a balcony.
You know what? I told this story. I think I told this to my kids. I'm not sure if I did, Eric, if you remember not. But I told my wife, I said one time I spent the night at a friend's house. I think I was about 12 or 13, hanging out over the summer, whatever. And he decided to get, jazzy with his dad. And so we was laughing and snickering and all that stuff. And so after we had kind of toned down, his father tiptoed back in the room. We were on our way to sleep, and he leaned over and whispered in the son's ear. He said, it ain't never too late for an abortion.
Wow.
And I just went straight to sleep after that. I was like, please, God, let me just wake up in the morning so I don't even want breakfast in the morning.
Wow.
I just want to go home. That's all I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, you won, sir. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I was even contemplating, helping this dude out or nothing like that. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? Check and mate, you know what I'm saying? So, Kevin, what's up, bro? So I was just like, man, look, I'm done. After that, I was like, okay, this is for real. You know what I'm saying?
On your thing, that's she need her butt whoop.
Here comes the hate.
There's no hate.
Now you see why I was talking about her shortness. You see why I was talking about her height.
Whatever. I didn't say nothing. Juanita, what you doing,
not this
girl?
Time.
What you doing, girl? I just think that you have to be very careful with who you bring around your kids,
definitely.
As well as who your kids are bringing home, even they little friends. I don't even let my child spend a night nowhere. I'm sorry, I don't. It's just not good for me. And don't know that if anything happened to him, that if anything happens to her, he already know he might as well take his own life because he already know I'm coming for him.
Yeah.
So and that has been told to him on numerous occasions. So at the end of the day, I remember one time I told him, I said, you gonna keep messing with me, your mama gonna look outside that little swamp behind their house and they gonna find your body floating right there.
Face down, right? Face down, straight up.
Like, why do you do that? Why do you say stuff like that? Yeah, if you keep trying to take me there, you will see. But violence is never the answer. I'm violent.
Absolutely
violence
not.
Is never the answer.
It's not.
But if they push you there, you got to take them out.
Man, look, like I said, I'm not above. You know what I'm saying? Going there again. I would much rather
Juanita,
talk to you.
How you
gonna
drink chocolate wine without me? Oh my
then
God,
it is what it is. So
she drinking chocolate wine.
Never had chocolate wine before.
Oh my God, it is the bomb.
Chocolate milk with grapes in it or something?
No, it's really, Eric. Really, you gonna sit there and like?
I'm just asking
chocolate wine. You're not culture enough. Hey, Robert.
What you trying to say?
You gotta have culture to know about chocolate wine.
Anyway, that's all right. I've had Grey Poupon before. You know what I'm saying? I know how to drink with my pinky out. You know what I'm saying? Sip tea and
he don't know
strumpets.
about it. He
don't
know
what I'm saying? So look, I'm cultured. You know what I'm saying? I've had
hog head chocolate cheese. Wine is so good, Bessie. I'm telling you. Hey, Tony Berry. I'm telling you, this chocolate wine is the bomb. I cannot wait.
Where'd you get it from?
The liquor store.
That's culture. Yes. That's what you call class, right?
I got it from the classy.
Where you get
I got
Rothschild,
I got it from the
Kenwood, nigga. Right. I got mine from the Rothschild on Roosevelt. Now.
Juanita and I got it. We got it from the classy store, Mr. Benny's. So and then what's the other one?
So y'all paid $15 too much for it. That's what y'all did.
Mass and liquor.
Yeah, yeah. Because Matchy got it for $7. Benny got it for $27.
See, you don't know nothing about nothing. So we're not. Gonna
that's what you're right. So, like I said,
That's I'm a put it in your inbox so you can go get you some. It is so good. It gave me life. Yes. And I don't get excited about too much of anything, but that was really good.
I can't tell.
Whatever. Hey, Gloria. Oh, Gloria went to Corliss.
We won't hold that against you.
We won't hold it. Yeah, we won't. But if her husband is the one that be talking smack on here, he won them Jaguars. Yeah, I know. Why is that school even still open?
Look,
I know.
I'm gonna say this for the umpteenth billionth time.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
I know when your school was 5 houses and a liquor store. That's what sat on that property before they turned it into Julian. So please don't. I get it.
That's
yeah,
right.
Y'all won a few championships in the early 90s. Yeah, but y'all time has definitely come and gone. Right. Y'all know what it is now. So please don't, because y'all got glass windows, make y'all think y'all upper class or like y'all standing on something, because you're not.
They still scared to come past 111.
How about this crazy weather, man?
Man, it's gonna be 46 degrees tomorrow and 48 on Saturday and 49.
That's beautiful.
50. Oh, Candy want to talk about nasty Thursdays.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Look how your son looked at me.
Yeah, see, he wasn't here when the first time we did it. See, so he don't know about that. It's a short thing.
We have a young man in the studio, Candy. We can't talk about nasty Thursdays. So
he's 15 years old.
He's 15.
He ain't ready for that
we can't put that on his mind about nasty Thursdays.
But you don't want people to know you 15. That you just turned 15 on December 16th, Eric. You don't want people to know that.
That's
you only been
15
two months.
Hey,
I'm sorry, 2 months in a week. So what's that, like 9 weeks? You've been 15 years old, Eric Jaden Washington. Oh, wow. From Bolingbrook High School.
Don't worry.
Wrestler and football player.
Don't worry, because next week we will continue with Nasty Thursdays.
You're not coming, Eric. Know that now.
Nasty Thursdays is back. We're going to have a stripper pole hitting with
y'all. Oh, my God.
Yes. We're going to have the girls on a stripper pole. Yes. Get your singles ready. Yes. Nasty Thursdays. Nasty Thursdays.
I won't be in the city next Thursday. I'm in the city next Thursday. So.
You know, just where he's from. The grown-ups, he said,
huh?
Grown-ups.
Oh. right. Well,
Bessie, you never heard of our show? You never heard of our show when we did Nasty Thursdays? Nasty Thursdays is, it's when we really get really nasty. Look, Bessie got Juanita, you coming for Nasty Thursdays?
Wow. I told you, my guy, Perseo Rulo, he wanted to be on when we do it. So if we're gonna do it next week, I'm gonna let him know that he need to come through, because, like I said, he gonna make you blush. You know what I'm saying? So I know that cat. So
well, Bessie, tune in. Brian is like, really at 15. I was trying like, Bessie said, count her in. Oh, okay. Hey, nephew. Candy said, hey, nephew. We got to behave ourselves because we got a 15-year-old in the studio. He look like him 18 though. Let's check your ID.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying like the last 7-8 years at least, man. I get it. You know.
What's wrong with Nasty Thursdays?
Ain't nothing wrong with it if it's just me and you.
So, and Chris and
yeah,
Juanita
I'm just saying.
And Tasha.
Hey, as long as you over 21, that's all I'm saying.
We're gonna have the full crew in here next week, and we're gonna be talking about.
I don't know.
What is this PG? I think it was sex toys last time.
Yeah. We got into that.
He said, Brian said, I'll tune in on Nasty Thursday. No more kids.
Yeah, I ain't mad. I just bought him out the house because he wanted to get out the house. He was actually at home sick earlier today, and he was feeling pretty bad, but he just felt like getting out the house. So I decided to bring him with me. So next week, sick or not.
I'm all for the kids learning.
You know.
I'm just all for the kids. That way, because if you teach them right, they won't make no mistakes when they go out there. Right?
Yeah, I guess, you have a point. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because he and I had to talk, didn't we?
Y'all had to dig talk. Did he tell you wear your raincoat?
About 3 weeks ago, yeah. I told him no matter what, you know what I'm saying? So, he is so uncomfortable. And truthfully speaking, I was like that when me and my father had to talk, you know what I'm saying, 100 years ago.
We gonna talk about, okay.
I know. I don't think he want to come now. I don't think he want to be here now. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the time when he turn the radio off, turn the intellectual radio off next week if he listening.
We're gonna have a poll up in the studio. We're gonna have a pillow. We're gonna have all these things to show you these different sexual positions for your enjoyment.
You got a few years before you experience that.
Oh, he said he already been to health class, y'all. You ain't been to my health class.
That's the school aspect. You know what I'm saying? We talking about real
the pillow.
world.
You don't know about the
aspects,
pillow,
so.
Brian. You don't know about the pillow.
Oh, about the
Yeah, the
yeah.
Look, Brian
Yeah.
say the pillow. Uh-oh. With
Yeah.
question marks.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Rob? What you mean cut it out? This is the grown and sexy. This is Candid Talk Radio, where we candidly speak on anything. Candid Talk Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. That's what we do. Yes. A foot fetish. You want to talk about foot fetish?
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Hey, Darius, guys. A foot fetish. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Candy, you get somebody that got a foot fetish, girl.
I have a friend. Now I'm going to share this much, and I know they're not watching.
I'm just saying this. I had somebody suck on my toes. It was just like not enjoyable because I'm like, it did nothing for me. I was more concerned of like, did I get my? He gonna suck my nail. He gonna
Did I
suck
get
my
that
nail.
toe jam out my
He gonna
toe?
suck my nail polish off.
Right. And I'm trying to keep this as PG as possible. I'll just put it to you like this way: this girl likes to do everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, she's told.
So when you're saying everything, you're saying everything.
Everything.
Okay.
But here's what.
Does the pillow go behind your back or your knees?
It can go either way. You can go either way, and I don't think
you can even lay your
back.
stomach
over
it.
Yeah, you lay over the front of it. Yeah, you lay over the front of it. So
you lay like this. Over the pillow like you lay like this.
Okay, Chris, you're getting too personal.
You know, I was
too personal.
Oh,
we get it. We get it. You know about the pillow. We got you.
Both.
But what?
No, I'm sorry. Little Eric is still here, everyone.
And that's why I'm really trying to keep it as PG as possible. But like I said, she likes to do everything, but she says she thinks it is such a turnoff when a guy wants to suck her toes. And I was just like,
I think it's a turnoff for me.
But like again, when I say everything,
okay,
spell out the word.
Everything.
Spell out the word.
Okay.
But you think it's a turnoff for somebody to suck?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Please explain to me how.
Yeah.
How is that?
I don't know, but yeah.
And I, like I said, when she said that, I don't remember much else she said the rest of the conversation because I was like, but you just said you know what I'm saying, cover the alphabet. You cover the alphabet.
A through Z.
As John Witherspoon put it, from the rooter to the tutor. But then when this dude tried
to suck your toes,
you get upset. Offended. You get offended. Please make that make sense to me. Please do that.
Well, she can't help it. It's just one thing she don't like, and that's the sucking of the toes.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm just like,
you borderline turning me in gay with what you doing.
Okay, but
I don't. Please, I'm retarded. No. So you got to break it down to me. Connect the dots for me, please. Connect the dots for me, please.
Well, I mean, I got nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I couldn't even. Again, we talked for like 20 minutes after that, and I was just trying to wrap my head around what you said because I really wanted to ask, how are you offended?
Right.
How are you offended? You know what I mean?
Candy said her foot looked like pig feet.
Oh, she got snout. She got hooves. She don't have. I don't know her like that. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
What you say, Brian? You have got to be getting horny. None of this conversation. Wow.
You know, that's a whole nother turn you took, Brian. So you know what I'm saying?
You just went all the way left field on that one.
You know, so again,
Juanita says she has an answer for this question, but she won't answer it until Nasty Thursday next week.
Juanita, you can answer now. I mean, he can't read what you're saying.
Hey, Georgette. Yeah. Now she said her foot look like pig feet. I'm done. I'm done.
I couldn't imagine. But okay, just say she do have hooves. Say she got moose knuckles. Say she do, but again, compared to what you're doing, again, this is you and your guy in the comfort and the privacy of your own home and your own room, whatever the case. So you could do again.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
The whole School Days. Remember the scene in School Days with Big Brother Almighty and Jane? She licked his brand and his part his hair. You could do all of that. But as soon as I kiss your foot, you want to kick me in the chin.
Yeah.
How?
Oh, Juanita said keyword is what she's doing.
I get that, but in the sense of, man, me and you, we pleasuring each other. We're having fun. We enjoy each other's company. We enjoy what each other do. You're doing all of that from the rooter to the tutor. As soon as I kiss your foot, you get mad.
Juanita says she's a person that likes to be in full control.
Nope, I'm not buying that either.
Even Eric shook his head and said no.
I'm not buying that either. I'm not buying that. I'm not trying to hear that. And I need some splaining to be done. That's what I need.
I mean, maybe she just don't eat either.
I understand that, but how do you know?
Hey, my feet are done. They're always done.
But how do you know you don't like it?
Because he did it and I didn't like it.
Maybe he wasn't doing it right.
Your feet is to be walking on.
Hey, look, we go to other body parts and tell you what they done for too. What they supposed to, their main causes for being around our too. But obviously that don't mean a whole lot, do it?
It's not about her feet. Well, what is it about? What could it possibly be about if it's not about her feet? Hey, Sister Kim.
I need to know, America. I need somebody to explain. Good at
it. Okay, you're right. Maybe he wasn't good at it.
I get that. But again, you just said the same thing. You didn't like it. So again, but okay. So
see, that's because I'm just special like that. I don't want you sucking off my polish after I spend $100 on my feet.
But how about this? But again, maybe he learned a different technique. Maybe he learned something that, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, ooh, hey, wait a minute, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's done that.
I'm not knocking nobody sucking on nobody's toes. If that's what y'all want to do, suck on some cup of tea. Now, because she did everything sexually from A to Z, she didn't like the T, the toes. She don't like her toes. So take that alphabet out.
But
now she may like anal, she may like whatever. But those are choices for her to like. But she just don't like the toes.
I get that.
And granted that she might be doing a whole lot of nasty with what she's doing with these guys. But if she don't like her toe sucks, hey, we know she gets some type of standard. She don't like a toe suck.
Standard, she said?
She got standard. That's one of her standards. She don't like a toe sucks. It's about the wraparound. Don't scratch up my back. I'm done with Brian. I am so done.
There you go, Brian.
See, little women have it the hardest because men.
Yeah, I'm too short.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what you. I'm sorry. My fault. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm done. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Little petite women have it the hardest because men want to pick you up and move you around.
Oh, that's just a macho thing. Yeah. That's just a macho thing. You know, right. I get that, but me personally, I ain't never been that kind of person. You know what I'm saying?
Your legs around my neck, dude. Do you see my legs? They only this.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I get it. A lot of guys, get caught up in the macho thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if I really am King Kong for real. And so, we're going to go all out. I get that. But again, these things, you try these things once to see if you do like them or not. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's, like I said, it's just something like, I think I said this before on the show, maybe a while ago. We have a friend who likes the anal beads.
And we did talk about the anal beads.
And he's a guy.
Oh, he's a guy? He's gay?
No.
Do I know him? Do I know him?
So the thing is this. When we were told that this dude likes this, my brother-in-law, Kirk, asked him perfectly. He said, how do you know you like that?
You're right.
How do you know?
Because he had some anal beads. He tried it. What did you say a little bit ago? You can try everything once.
Not me.
I'm not talking to you
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying maybe he tried it once and he liked it.
Again, the question is, how do you know?
Because he tried it. What do you mean? How do he know if he liked anal beads or not? He tried it.
My name is Deion Scott Washington. I'm 50 years old. I'm a father of 3 boys. I have a beautiful wife at home named Angie Washington. We have done all sorts of things, but my wife knows.
Hey, your son is there. He don't want to hear that.
My wife knows. This is where I'm going with this. My wife knows this. My wife knows this from the conversation we've had.
Eric. You don't even know.
Hey, look, man. Eric, you got 100 more years to live, so you're going to hear this stuff somewhere down the line. My wife knows not to even playfully tap me on my behind.
I'm just sorry. A man that like anal beads, I'm feeling that they're a little bit fruity.
So and it ain't even so much. You know what I'm saying? If that's you have that tendency.
They like you. Most men, just like you said, don't even tap my butt. And you got you letting somebody put some anal. No.
You're going to change the whole dynamic of how I look at you, let alone our friendship, relationship, marriage, if you do that. And I'm talking about not even playfully.
Darius is like, hell no.
Man, look.
No, right there is no.
Even when I got my clothes on, if I walk in the house, when I leave here, she's smacking my behind.
Wait a minute. You played football, didn't y'all used to slap each other on y'all?
I played baseball. We do it all. I get that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, nice play, good, way to go. I get that. But I'm saying, in the heat of making a good catch, making a good play, I get it. But I'm walking by in the house, or
but
again,
is your wife touching you?
But again, in the midst of intimacy. Now I get it.
If you all in intimacy, she can't slap you?
No.
Yeah.
No, because you're going to change the whole dynamic of what is going on.
So you said she can grab and squeeze, but she can't slap me.
Exactly. Because if you slap me.
Okay, well. Okay, with
y'all saw Mike Tustin and everybody he fought, his first 40 victims. Y'all saw him. Everybody know what I'm talking about.
Shoot, I'll be like, slap me, spank me.
Hey,
don't hit me too hard because I bruise.
Yeah, you bruise too easy, and I get that. I get that.
I'm high yellow.
Hey, man, look.
But ain't nobody going to see it but him anyway.
I'm saying, right, so it really don't even matter that much. You know what I'm saying? You might have a problem sitting down. I get it. I get that. But I'm saying, for me personally, again, Deion Scott Washington. I'm 50 years old.
It's his whole government name, y'all. It's whole government
Do
name.
not play with my butt. Don't
All
do it.
I said is your wife should be able to smack you on your butt.
She can.
Be no big thing about it.
And again, I ain't so much talking about the cheeks.
Oh.
I'm not so much talking about the cheeks.
I'm not. We know you not. Oh my God.
So that's all I'm saying. Like I said,
that's not. Yeah.
I draw the line at the line.
At the line. That's the line, right?
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So play around if you want to.
You can't play right there. Yeah.
Play around if you want to.
That's like a do not enter sign.
You're gonna be like, man, I didn't know this. You had it in him. Yeah.
That's do not enter.
You bring it out in me.
But I mean, back in the day when we were in high school, I remember. I was everybody's friend. It didn't matter color. It didn't matter color to me. And some of my Caucasian friends, they felt like, having oral sex was not having sex.
Yeah.
That was not sex because their virginity
vaginally,
was still intact. So they didn't believe that. And us black people, nah, you'd have been violated.
Man.
That is, that's. But and honestly, and you know how you sit there and you listen to some of the conversations, like, really?
Yeah.
And so then, I had a little mentoring group. I stopped mentoring a couple of years ago, but out in my area, Homewood, Flossmoor area, Liquid Fields, and the stories that some of these little Caucasian girls told me blew my mind. Like, you know, when you have 7th and 8th grade girls putting on lipstick, to do the little rainbow. Remember the little rainbow thing?
Yeah, like, man. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hey, Tamara.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I remember reading about that stuff in the paper. It was an article in the Sun-Times. You know, real. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Real. And it's you know, I consider myself you know what I'm saying, a well-rounded person, man. But it's something that I hear, and I mean, my jaw still drops. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, y'all? You know what I'm saying? This is what we doing? And I remember reading articles about those kinds of things, you know, and again, you know, working in group homes and working at, you know, where I work now, it's just, you know, you listen to some of the things these kids are talking about, and it's just like, when I was 14, I was trying to figure out where the next game was, you know what I'm saying? You know, not that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's still surprising to me in a lot of aspects that, you know, these kids and the various experiences that they have. And I was
because sex is so much more prevalent now because and everything that these kids are watching, it's everywhere.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
it
definitely. Doesn't matter what channel you turn on.
Sex sales, man.
Sex sales. I mean, look at SpongeBob and Patrick. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, look at Bert. We didn't know it growing up, but
definitely, you know, it's like, okay, how come these two old dudes is in the bathtub together?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was always there. You know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Mr. Rogers was creepy. Yeah. Walking around with that same sweater on. Oh, Mr. Rogers was up to some stuff now. But you know what I'm saying?
Jewel shoes he used to always wear, the jewel tennis shoes he used to wear. So
then you look at the Teletubbies. Well, now you put all that out there. So kids, it was more sensationalized now.
It is anything. Now, yeah, more so than it is when we were coming up, definitely. And it's something you definitely have to keep an eye on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my kids now, my 19-year-old, my 15-year-old, they be watching what's that y'all be watching? Archer. This TV is a cartoon, but it's definitely an adult cartoon. They've been on family at least the last 7-8 years, you know what I'm saying? And things like all right, hold on, man. Wait, you know what I'm saying? They ain't supposed to be listening to this, you know what I'm saying, or watching this stuff, you know. So
Brian is being real special tonight. He talking about high yellow, you high yellow folks. You don't even see the red marks after the smack. Yes, you do. He talking about we going rated R. He's like, I like you high yellow sisters.
Yeah, well,
you saw what I put on Facebook. I was reading in Megan's class last week.
But I didn't read the whole thing.
Little classmates like, Megan, why is your, you know, whispering to her.
Yeah.
Megan, why is your mom white? Megan, with attitude, she is not white. She is high yellow.
Yeah. Like that makes it that much better. Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm a highlighter. Are you kidding me?
Well, you know, honey, you were one of the brighter ones in Morgan Park. You know you were. So I'm not saying that you could, but I'm just saying we couldn't help but see you coming. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
It's the truth. I mean, this ain't no surprise. I ain't, no new revelation that just happened overnight.
Unfortunately, Jesse just messed it up for us.
Yeah, he set y'all back about 50 years. So
We was making a comeback. Now we going back into
knock back down the pit. Yeah, Michael Jordan ain't looking that bad now. All of a sudden again, is he? You know what I'm saying? Denzel and of course, Nestle Snipes and all of them. So,
ugly Snipes.
I'm just, he is the most hideous woman in the history of mankind. When he played Tu Wong Fu. Now, Jamie Foxx tried and look ugly as a woman. He tried. Wesley Snipes didn't.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes was horrible.
That cat, man, when he was in that movie with Patrick Swayze, I couldn't even watch the movie. I couldn't even watch. Whoever said to put him in the wig, boy, did not know what they was doing. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it to you like that.
Everything. He was so gross. Yes.
And I mean, don't get it twisted. Ving Rhames didn't do much better. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, again, he wasn't trying. He wasn't trying to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I don't think Wesley Snipes was either. But it was just like, oh,
and then they put that bright red lipstick on Wesley Snipes in that movie. That was horrible.
My goodness.
That was horrible.
Yeah, no, it's just some people just. You couldn't imagine him as a woman, no matter what you drank or no matter what drug you took. You just couldn't see them as a woman. So
that's like you can see, like when you look at certain women, like I could see Periwinkle as a man.
Yeah, definitely.
You can see her as a man. Yeah. It's like,
and she a big chick too, man. She's big. She came down and spoke at our job
but she's married.
Year and a half
ago.
Yeah,
for like 30 years.
Yeah. Our husband must be about 7 feet tall. He got to be 7 feet tall, man, because she about 6'4".
Why did Candy just say "suck me red"? You just threw us with that one, Candy.
It's after 9 o'clock.
It's after 9 o'clock. Candy just.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's time to go in the rated R mode.
Yeah.
I got you, shorty. But
yeah.
you're gonna have to text Chris on that one after that, because I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Where you going?
She said that's the name of a lipstick. Oh, okay.
Gotcha. My wife is trying to call me. Honey,
I'm sorry. That's the name of red stick called Suck Me Red. Who is that by? No.
Yeah, I know. I need to know that myself.
Great.
I guess my wife is trying to figure out where we're going to be.
Hey, Karen. All the way from New York. Are you coming in for scholarship this weekend? I forgot. Did you tell me yes or no? I know Heather and Kevin are already here. They came in today.
Angie Washington. I am still on the radio, honey.
You all face turn red. My face is not red, Brian. Stop it.
You can tell my face was red unless
my face is not red.
In paint.
Only time my face get red is when I'm upset, like angry.
Can't you tell?
Instead of the green hawk, you get the red hawk.
More like pink, but
whatever.
I get it.
I know pink, nothing. It's red.
Anyway, man.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. I wish you were coming. And guess what? We're gonna have 40s all 46, 48, and 47 or something like that. We got a heat wave. And
where y'all gonna be?
Right down the street at O'Hare at the Crown Plaza.
Okay.
That's where I'm headed to after I leave here.
You staying the weekend there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I forgot some stuff at home, but oh well.
That's cool. And y'all will be there the whole weekend, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Something is supposed to be else going on.
When you're angry or when the other thing happens. What is the other thing, Brian?
I think Brian trying to take it there.
I think so.
I'm just saying,
I will, sis. I'll post some pictures. I don't know what Brian's talking about, or when the other thing happens. You know what? I know what he's talking about. Forget you, Brian.
I'm not listening.
Yeah,
anymore. I'm not listening.
Look, it just took me a second. Like, wait a minute.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to know. How about that? I'm Ronald Reagan in this joint, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all keep that amongst yourselves.
Hey, did you know the guy from the Monkees died today?
Yeah, Peter, man, that was my guy, man. I used to love the Monkees. I know
what you meant, Brian.
Yeah, Peter died, so it's only two left. The two Michaels, Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith, and Mike ain't toured with them in about 30 years. So Mike said, mom made that. Michael Nesmith's mother invented liquid paper.
How many Beatles left?
Paul and Ringo. There's only two of them. Maybe they should get together and do a tour.
See you not next week, the week after next.
So
yeah,
that's pretty sad. Peter was my guy, man. I used to love the Monkees when I was little, man. I used to run home and watch them. You know what I'm saying? I think they came on like 3 or 3:30 in the afternoon when I was in grade school.
Who watched the Monkees?
I'm watching one now.
Oh, I know you.
See how she got offended? Who said I was talking about you, Chris? Do you see how she got offended just like that?
We all know that his little jokes are for me. So
I think that's being sensitive.
On that note, I think I'm not in my feelings. I think on that note, we're going to end. You're done with Nasty Thursday, Brian? Okay, tune in next week because then we got something for you next week. We could not do what we would normally do because A, I'm missing some counterparts, and B, we have a young gentleman in the office and we want to be respectful of him. Good night, sis. So therefore, next week on Nasty Thursday,
appreciate everybody who tuned in live.
We don't even cut the lights down in here next week for Nasty Thursdays. Okay. Yes, we're gonna have the mood right for Nasty Thursdays. On that note, we are out of here.
Have a great weekend.
It's Candid Talk Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Wear your raincoats and be happy. Candid Talk Radio on IntellectualRadio.com.
There you go. We out.
Have a great weekend. Be blessed. Thank you, Bessie. Good night, everyone.
So he's supposed to come in and turn the music off, ain't he? But you know how to do that?
I ain't doing jack.
You just gonna walk out of here, just leave him on live with nobody here.
Yep.
That's what you call responsibility.
That's what when your producer leaves out.
Well, he next door. I mean,
Well, he got 2 shows he got to run, so that's the whole thing. You
Well,
run
you
both
see, it was
shows.
okay for us to keep going, man. It's 9:00. We've been out for 2 hours.
Why this chick sending me a friend request? We're not friends. I'll never be your friend again. This chick named Beverly.
I don't know any bad boys.
Yeah.
I know Beverly Street.
Yeah, no, not Beverly Street. This chick want to be my friend again. No, I don't need a new friend. I have enough friends. I have enough friends. I don't need a new friend.
See how much battery I got left. I was on 100%.
I'm on 54%.
I was on 100% when I got here. But 27.
Yeah, I was on 100%. I'm down to 54.
But you only been here 20 minutes.
I've been here more than 20 minutes. I walked in here at 7:39. I walked in at 7:39. Stop it.
I've been here since 5 minutes to 7.
Great. I know because I got a call.
From who? Earl?
No, Tasha said that you weren't here yet. She was getting worried.
I walked in before she did.
Oh, I forgot tonight is comedy night.
Where?
At my lodge.
You got to go down there?
Oh, I don't know.
Is somebody on live now?
Yeah. Dr. Wilson was supposed to show down there.
Who is that?
Bald head. Hey, honey. Did Dr. Wilson show up? Well, you know I'm on the radio tonight. I'm just getting off.
No, he did not show up.
I think he might have forgot.